who's playing able to hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who's this one? Is that Ethan? That's true. That's a good point.
I think it is Ethan, though. Yeah.
Okay. Ethan, can you hear us? Or are you?
Give us a thumbs up, Ethan. Thumbs up.
Well, okay. Well, while we wait for Ethan, Casey.
Yes.
What is your character's name for this game?
Oh, I'm being Ariana, the Father Novak's sister.
Yes, that's it. Emery, what is your character's name for this game?
My character's name is Olivia Chansey, the younger sister of Oscar Chansey.
Oh no!
Yes.
Natalie, what is your character's name for this game?
Her name is Rachel Harper.
I think I know a Rachel Harper. I think I went to high school with a Rachel Harper.
Jesus.
All characters in this one shot are inspired by, but not directly correlated to real peoples and events.
Patrick, you're playing Kinderbot 2000?
Ambiguous number here. Doesn't even need a number. It's Kinderbot's the main thing.
Kinderbot 1000. They are their own cargo value. Ethan may or may not exist. Gabriella, what is your character's name?
I'm going with Bronwyn. She's a friend of Skitter's.
Alrighty. Bronwyn?
Yes.
Luca, what is your character name?
Name is Zephyrin. Just Zephyrin.
Hello? Jesus Christ. Nothing is working. I mean, the entire time I'm trying to talk, just not working.
Oh no.
Well, we
now. Yeah, I know. Fuck me, man.
Gaurav, that's what we're waiting for.
Oh, Lord. All right. Where were we?
Wait, was that Gaurav?
What?
I don't think Gaurav's in here.
Oh.
We don't have a Gaurav on the call.
Oh yeah.
Dean, what is your character's name?
Cobalt's brother Tungsten. Come on.
Nice.
Tungsten. And Chris, who are you playing? Are you playing Chronic? Are you playing? No.
I don't know if I should.
What would he be doing in a bunker?
That's a fair question. I mean, this could be the thing that I was trying to infiltrate him.
It's up to you if you want to be Chronic or not. I don't know if
they're on a cultural exchange program.
But it was like tonsil cultures.
You got a message in the mail that said, "Come here, there's drugs. Sincerely, Terry Clark."
Half the chat just signed up.
I could go as Dad, which might make some sense, but I don't know.
As who?
His dad, which is what the fuck is it? It was
India asked if it was Papa Squat.
No, it's not Papa Squat. His dad was fuck. It's the nickname we gave
That's a hell of a name.
nickname we gave Mitchell, which I don't remember right now, and I couldn't remember Mitchell before, but now I'm remembering Mitchell.
I might roll these on the floor.
You could be.
Well, I have all these candles here.
The enchanted druggy rug.
Who's the drug rug?
The drug dealing rug, remember?
Yeah, I did that. That was me.
many
You could
D6
be
do we
Terry
need,
the
Zach?
drug dealing rug.
10.
10.
Yeah, Terry Claw.
Weevil. That's it.
Do we all have the same feedback grid? Like, do we all have Chris in the top left?
Mm-hmm.
I do,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do.
And then,
Yes.
and then right below them would be Emery?
No.
No.
Oh.
Fish
Oh,
for
it
me.
is for me.
Emery's in the second row middle for me.
Same.
Okay.
And that's because Ethan is currently loading.
I'm going to be loading forever because nothing works.
I think it's in alphabetical order for the people who have video on.
You are correct.
Ah. Interesting.
Now you just moved. Never mind.
That's me trying to get my freaking camera to work, but apparently it's not going to
Definitely
happen.
not alphabetical for me.
Oh, you know why? Anyone who's not on camera is put below them.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Either way, we have a Garav.
How's it going?
I really don't get why the camera's not working. It's so weird.
Is Gaurav Lord Sinister?
That would be me, yes.
Okay, cool.
Let me get my camera working quick.
Gaurav, what is the bartender's name? Is it just bartender?
No, it's Billy.
Okay.
Just barking.
Ethan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
What is your character's name?
My character's name is Thomas Vigo. That's Thomas with an H because he's cool.
I wrote it with an H because I knew he was cool.
Hell yeah.
Oh. You got all.
It's called getting into character.
Hey, styling with the tie dog.
I'm changing my character. Their name is now going to be Chaticus. They're very cool.
But is the Chaticus spelled with how many H's?
At least 5.
So that's how you do it.
6 even.
He might be too cool.
It's also important to note that their gun is also a sword.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
And their clothes are made entirely out of belts.
Yes, and the pouches are also important.
I would be wearing my fedora, but I can't wear that and my headphones at the same time.
God.
Sounds like cowards talk.
Yeah, that sounds like cowards talk.
I have so many
I mean,
props
I
that
can
I can
try.
be
It'll just be awful.
You hecking coward.
You gotta suffer for the craft.
Yeah.
I think we have everyone in that's playing in audio format. Does that sound correct? Looks
You
correct.
cut out a little bit.
I think everyone's in, basically.
Yeah, seems like.
All right. In that case, let's start with the builder. If you can have your character sheet in front of you. You've all written your name, hopefully, except Chris.
No, I did.
Who are you?
Weevil. I remember the name.
Ah, yes. Okay. All right. So you have your name. You have your reason for being here. Whether it's work. No, what did you say when you land somewhere? Are you here for business? Whether it's business or pleasure, or you live in this bunker.
Hey, Zach, when did you hand out these sheets?
I didn't.
Oh.
Okay.
You're just making.
Oh, there's no form to fill out. We're just writing it down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your name, your reason for being here, and then 4 things that we're going to determine right now, real quick.
Hell yeah.
This game is actually referred to as a 0 prep game. It's better the less prepared you are for it.
Good, because I never played serious D&D before in my life, besides like once.
Perfect.
I'm coming in blind.
Hell yeah.
So the next thing that you're going to write on your character sheet is a virtue, a single word virtue. It can be something like brave, loyal, cheerful.
Is business oriented a virtue?
Yeah.
Would curious be a virtue?
Would what?
Curious.
Yeah. That's how humans progressed.
Okay.
And cats. That's how cats get killed.
Oh no.
That's the only way that cats get killed.
Otherwise, they're invincible.
Next thing, everyone have a virtue, rather?
Yep.
All right. Next thing you're going to write is a vice. A single word that's negative. It could be lonely, cynical, envious. Now, before I say these last two things, do you want character builder to be high chaos or not high chaos?
Hi, Chaos.
Hi, Chaos.
Have you met?
Yeah.
I can't.
Fun.
Do you know who's in this room right now? Like this chat?
Fun. Did you say fun or slightly less fun?
All right. Fun. You're all going to give someone virtue, and that's now their character's virtue.
Gotcha.
So I'm just going to go down the list that I happen to have written before. Casey, what is Emery's character's virtue?
What is Emery's character's virtue? I think it is compassionate.
Aww.
Aww.
There you go.
You'll love to see it, folks.
Actually, I'm going to try to avoid using your human names. I'm going to try to use your characters' names. So Ariana, that was Olivia's. Olivia, what is Rachel's, or Chaticus? What is Rachel?
Now, folks, this may surprise you, but Chaticus is now a genius.
There you go.
A what?
A genius. Very smart. Big brain.
Cool.
Chaticus's brain has one wrinkle, and it goes way deep.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Rachel Chaticus Harper. What is Kinderbot's virtue?
Who am I being assigned?
Kinderbot?
Kinderbot.
Oh, they are fearless.
All right.
I can work with that.
Kinderbot is Thomas Vigo's virtue.
Industrious.
You're industrious, Thomas. Ooh. Thomas, what is Bronlin's virtue?
So I was thinking like excitable, like really enthusiastic.
Enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Bronlin, what is Zephyrin's virtue?
Honesty.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I will turn this into a vice. You fucking watch out.
What is Billy the bartender?
Billy's virtue is that they are studious.
Studious.
All right, Billy, what is Tungsten's virtue?
Who am I being said?
Tungsten.
Tungsten. Unwavering.
Cool. Kind of like that metal, tungsten.
Yep. Good.
Tungsten, what is Weevil's virtue?
Wrote down logical.
There you go. And Weevil, what is Ariana's virtue?
Business oriented.
Another business-oriented person?
Yes.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Yeah, to bring up your inner business person. All right. Do you want to keep the vices that you gave yourselves? Assigned vices like this.
Can we have both?
Like two vices?
Double vice.
Two
Yeah.
vices.
I want to double dip.
Yeah.
So the more vices you have, the more advantage you have as a player.
Ooh.
So no.
Interesting.
Huh.
I'm still down to swap, boys.
Okay,
Do
so
we
quick
swap
question.
or keep the ones that we wrote for ourselves?
Well, then I'm going to
Flip
keep
them
mine.
around again.
Sort of,
Oh, okay, never mind.
All right, let's go with keeping theirs. Okay. Now these next two, you don't need to tell me. One is your moment, and this is like your dramatic moment. At some point, something will happen that will trigger this, and you step up. The start of this line should be, "I will find hope in ...
I will find what?
Hope.
Hope.
in." Everyone have something?
Yep.
All right. The next thing is your brink. This is when shit hits the fan. This has to remain at the bottom of your character sheet. The beginning quote for this is, "At my worst, I am ...
Is this followed by like an emotion? Or a moment?
It's followed by whatever you think of for your character.
All right.
Interesting.
Now, these four things that you just wrote are useful to you in the chance that you roll a 1 or multiple ones. Each scene, you as a group have a dice pool. The number of dice is equal to the number of lit candles. So at the beginning of the game, you have 10 candles lit. You have 10 dice to roll. If Tungsten is like, "I'm going to solve this problem by pulling a drawbridge down," I don't know why it's the first thing I thought of. You'd roll to try to accomplish that, and if you roll 3 ones, the dice pool for the rest of that scene now drops down by 3. If you roll any 6s, you get a success. Success means that you take over the storytelling, explaining the scene, what happens next. At some point, I'll interject to introduce a challenge or ask someone else to roll dice again. If you want to not screw over your party members for rolled ones, you can burn off. I'll literally burn off your virtues and vices. You lose that ability, or you lose that character aspect. But it lets you re-roll those ones. If you re-roll and you don't get any more ones, great. No dice is lost. If you roll ones again, then dice is lost. Does that make sense?
My internet cut out, so I just came back.
Okay. What's the last thing you heard?
The moment thing.
Whoa, Mike.
Yeah.
We'll have to be caught up as it happens, I guess.
Everything's blinking like crazy on my screen.
Yeah, so the little like boxes around it are when our mics are active.
Yeah.
Have you seen an outline on the bottom?
I'm seeing like flickering.
Oh, I don't know nothing about no flickering.
It's ghosts.
Okay.
It's the ghost in your blood.
To write down a moment, and then you were like, "Did everyone write something?" And then my computer just cut.
All right. So the next thing you're going to write down is your brink, and this is when shit hits the fan and like your character's last chance at doing whatever. This starts with, "At my worst point, I am ...
Okay.
I think after that, what you would have missed is me explaining what you do with these. Each time you roll dice, if you roll ones, it decreases the dice pool for your party. You can burn off your character aspects to re-roll those ones. And that's pretty much their function.
Okay.
if at any point we reach 0 candles lit or 0 dice, we all die. Let me go to the first page, actually. The point of this game is to split the story and co-narrate a dreadful tale. You can't really win this game. This is not the blessing. Death here is pretty permanent. You'll almost certainly die. By the end of this game, the results of this game have no bearing on the blessing timeline, and we are telling a collaborative story of challenges, growing a sense of dread the whole time. All right. Between each round, I'm also gonna now. I'll ask you that when the time comes for it.
Your camera's froze up.
Yeah.
My camera's froze up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm just going without cameras, guys, because I think my computer will die if I try and 12 videos simultaneously.
Yeah, no, that,
Yeah, my phone can't
My camera gave up forever ago.
The fan in my computer is going crazy.
Yeah, trying to avoid that.
Well, I'll try to get my camera back on when I can. But just picture how scary these 10 candles look.
They're terrifying.
I think we're going to dive in. Okay. We're going to dive. All right. So for whatever reasons, you're all here in this place that is known primarily for tourism and travel and entertainment, but it does also function as a home to the people within it. It does also function as a place where a lot of people work and live their lives. Your reason for being here is your own, and that's up to you to share with each other if you choose to when time comes for it. But what you do all have in common is that you know that a little over a week ago, maybe 2 weeks, a meteor came really close to the planet. And about 10 days ago, the bunker boss let them in. I will be taking on the role of them, and they are a mysterious group that could, or a mysterious entity that could be anything your brain might be afraid of. 5 days later, so 5 days ago, people started disappearing in large quantities, and now only a handful, about 10 of you, are still kind of kicking around in the lower living quarters of this bunker. Oh no, my camera's not working. I have a mask.
Oh no.
Usually the same thing that mine was doing, just not letting it in at all. I don't know why.
Slowly lose them one by one.
All 10 metaphorical candles are dropping now.
That's it. We're just dead. Game over.
Game over. GG, y'all.
It started with the candles. Now we're actually going to start dropping one by one.
No, yeah, people are dropping out of the chat right now, one by one.
Huge.
God damn it! I even got a special light on so I could fucking show my face.
I got all dressed up. What do you mean?
I know. Hey, you're fucking killing it, dude.
Same. I got a backdrop.
Fucking suit on.
All right. Well, I'm not getting a video still, but I have a skeleton gone.
I can imagine it. It's terrifying.
Yeah,
The regular skeleton?
it's the regular skeleton back.
He actually, he actually just took off his skin. He is a skeleton.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Wow.
we're all a skeleton on skeleton. Okay.
Underneath the flesh.
All right, we're getting in. We're getting into it. The red lights blink, and a notification buzzer suggests that the backup generator should be kicking on soon. But there's a distant ringing, maybe a siren, that stirs you from your quarters. Oh. My bad.
It was like it's one of us whispering.
that was my bad. Alright, I can't do this with mask on. But you can't see me anyway, so yes I can. Okay. It stirs you from your quarters. Each of you are waking up to this noise, or powering on if you're a robotic, or whatever it is that you might do if you're a mutant that doesn't require sleep. And you're drawn into your halls outside of your chambers. The red lights are blinking, and some of you can look down the hall and see another's head pop out and look around. Two of you just locked eyes. Which two?
Oh no.
Okay, Chris talked first, so that's one of them.
All right, Chris. So Weevil and Kinderbot. Weevil, you look out your doorway and you see Kinderbot's head also peeking out of a storage closet, because I'm assuming that's where a robot would sleep. And the two of you see these red lights kind of blinking on and off. You can't quite explain it, but there's something off about the situation. Oh no, you can't explain it. Everyone's disappearing and there's red lights blinking.
Something seems strange here.
Yes, there is. I shall check and see what this red light means. You stay here, little Timmy. I'll check it out.
Little what?
Timmy.
Yeah, all right.
I start to investigate the blinking red light while protecting little Timmy from all the bad.
You bravely brace in front of Weevil, putting your arm up against him as you jack into the system to try to deduce what's going on. Roll me some dice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 4 6s, 1 1.
Ready. So you are successful. The narration is going to be yours. Do you want to get rid of that one, or do you just want to have a one less dice for this scene?
Oh, we'll burn the fearless. It's too early for that.
All right.
I think that's a perfect time to burn the fearless.
You're burning up your virtue?
Yep.
Right at the beginning. Pure chaos.
It's alright. I did the same thing when I first played. I burned through all of my skills because I didn't want to screw the party over.
Go down a blaze of glory.
If you get any one at all, it's bad.
Yeah. Ones are bad. Ones that don't have a character aspect sacrificed will decrease the party's pool of dice for the scene.
Oh, jeez.
You just get all ones in the first try.
Game over.
You have to burn all four.
So you jack into the system and you're able to hack it. However, it takes you getting rid of your fear inhibitors. You're now as scared as anyone else would be under a stressful situation. However, the scene is yours. What is wrong with the power system?
The Zen are trying to reroute power to the what's the word I'm looking for? Plants.
Greenhouse?
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse?
Or hydroponics. Yeah, hydroponics.
Hydroponics, thank you.
Yeah.
Alrighty. They are rerouting power to the hydroponics lab.
How will we do that?
I don't know. But it is concerning.
Can we see what they're growing in the greenhouse or something? They're growing something cool in there?
I think we all know hydroponics.
It's probably green.
Rerouting power to the weed farm?
They're making even
I will attempt. Well, if nobody else is going to do anything, I will attempt to access the cameras in the hydroponics bay.
Oh, we're gonna have a look-see.
Alrighty. You start tapping into the system and taking a look through the cameras. You see the tops of heads. Everyone that's in the room with, or in the game with you right now. You see Tungsten poking his head out into the hallway. You see Billy the bartender just now getting up and trying to shut off the annoying buzzer in his room. you see everyone. Roll me dice again as you try to access the other sections of the bunker.
This could go horribly wrong.
No.
Oh, thank God. No sixes, but no ones either.
All right. You do not lose any dice. However, the narration is now mine. As you're attempting to hack into the cameras, something recognizes that you're tapping into it. You get a quick feed from the botany labs, and it's quickly cut out. A little while later, there's rustling coming from the air vents. Bronlin, you hear a rustle as something drags across your vent.
What the fuck was that? Just what? Like, I'm just gonna stick my head out into the hallway and be like, "What? Did any of you hear that? Is there something crawling around out here?"
A few more of you actually hear the vents near your rooms and in the halls. Something is rustling around in these vents.
Ooh, Zephyrin
Olivia
gets the
is-
fuck out.
Olivia's already strapping on her Heelys. She's out of here.
Y'all, I'm so serious right now. What is going on?
I think you have rats.
Someone mentioned something about the greenhouse hydroponics.
Do we
Let's
have
go check it out.
bugs? The shit?
Oh hell no! I'm not dealing with bugs in the vents. I can't. No.
So a couple of you said you're leaving, right? Or you're attempting to find your way out of here?
I'm getting strapped with guns.
I just yeah.
Yep. You all can equip yourself with, reasonable stuff. This is the Blessing Verse, so weapons are pretty reasonable. Which of you that's attempting to leave the area wants to be the one that rolls for it?
The nosies real quick.
Ooh.
We don't have cameras. It's a rough one.
I can't see Olivia, so Olivia.
All right, I'm good. Olivia straps up her Heelys. Let's see what's happening. All right, we've got 2 6s, 1 1.
All right. Do you want to get rid of that 1, or do you want to just take 9 dice for the scene?
I guess I'll get rid of the 1.
Okay.
She's lost all compassion in this scenario, unfortunately.
Oh, no. Oh, damn.
Yikes.
Sucks to suck, I guess.
She pops on her Heelys and says, "Fuck you all, I'm out of here."
That's all it took.
I tell her to be careful and admonish her for using such foul language in my classroom.
Wheels by and pushes you off. Having lost all compassion. Olivia, you know the halls kind of well here, and you're able to Healy your way to a door that happens to be unlocked. The scene is yours.
All right. So she's pretty familiar with transport between bunkers. She's gonna try to get to like the. I'm imagining there's like a subway system between some nearby bunkers. She's like, I'm going to the subways. We're making our way out of here. Just gonna
Making our way downtown.
Yeah, that's the plan. Get to somewhere with better power.
Okay. You get the door open and you start heading down towards the subway. The power systems here seem to be in an even worse off situation than the room you were just in.
Oh, bonk. All right.
It is very dark. You are filled with a sense of dread.
Ooh.
At the end of the hallway, you can see them. They're moving just slightly in the shadow.
Ooh. Well, Olivia's gonna just turn on a dime, I guess, and walk another way. Is the door still unlocked?
The door is still unlocked. Do you turn around and go back where you were, or are you dipping into one of the side rooms?
Let's dip into a side room, maybe see if anyone else is around. Just try to find cover right now.
Okay, why don't you roll me some do quietly. You have 9 dice. Oh no,
9 dice.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. No sixes, no ones.
Okay. You get to a side room. You go to lift the latch, and when you do, it creaks and scrapes as you fall into the room. And they approach from the shadow. They get closer, but it's not any easier to see them. The rest of you that are looking down the hallway see this shadow kind of disappear into the room that Olivia just disappeared into.
Well, I guess we should help now.
I want to know what that was.
You're gonna help her even though she said, "Fuck you guys, and get out of here."
Agreed. We foster compassion, not me.
Right now. However, I have lost my ability to block fear. I'm scared to death.
Oh, don't worry. Should be fine.
I agree, everybody. We should go, but you should go ahead of me.
I'm unwavering, so I'll take that front.
All right.
Zoom. I'm second.
You approach. Olivia, you see this mass of shadow kind of in. Long tendrils kind of inching ahead of it on the ground. Its figure blocks off almost all of the doorway, but you feel a blink of hope as a brave soul, Tungsten, pops in. And what do you do, Tungsten?
Tungsten? Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading the text.
Time to save
my
the
gun.
day.
So I'm gonna shine a flashlight on the end of the barrel at the shadow.
Okay. You shine your flashlight back. It's a writhing mass of what? What are you seeing?
A writhing mass of tentacles. Just like some eldritch horror.
Okay. It's hard to look at, which is going to make fighting it a bit more difficult. If that's what you choose. Right now, you just have a flashlight against its back. Olivia, your moment of hope kind of disappears the instant you can see this unexplainable horror. It's got chattering parts where it shouldn't. It's got squishy parts that seem to elongate and undulate. Squishy parts where it should.
At least there's that.
Oh God.
Actually, Tungsten, why don't you roll me for flashing that light on it?
Did we specify what kind of room it was that I ducked into?
You think that you're in some sort of more economic rate living quarters?
Alright.
No sixes and one.
How many sixes?
0 sixes.
All right. So the narration is going to be mine then. Do you want to get rid of that one, or do you want to let it be?
I'll burn in virtues. I'll burn the unwavering.
You're burning unwavering. Okay.
Gonna waver real hard.
Oh yeah. Turn 10 and run up this.
All right. You flash your light on its back, and it takes the attention off of Olivia for a moment. It turns to face you, or at least what you could try to explain is facing you. It lunges forward and it smashes you against the doorway. While your light did bother it, it wasn't enough to scare it away. You hear a crack, and your shoulder slumps. It may be dislocated. The creature seems to retreat back to the shadows and go back down the hall where it was initially seen. Your arms hurt. And the lights go off. I'm putting out a candle.
Anybody? A medic?
Oh, let me see what you got there. Oh yeah. That's a dislocated shoulder. You're gonna want to bite down on something, and I'll try to put his shoulder back to the socket.
All right. Give me a roll for it.
How many am I rolling? All 9?
I think all 10. I don't think.
Yeah, we've been burning the virtue stuff.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot of ones there.
Oh no. How many?
Uh-oh.
5.
Oh
We're doomed.
no.
So
Fuck.
I can burn Genius, I guess, and get rid of one of them.
Wow.
Burn it all.
Just burn my character. I'll sit back and listen some more.
Did you say no 6s?
I don't know. Yeah, there weren't any 6s there.
Oh no. Okay.
Oof.
Burning your genius to keep the ones. Actually, don't do that. I was about to end the scene, so just don't do that for the sake of. I don't want you to burn your virtue for no reason. So you attempt to help Tungsten's shoulder. Keyword being attempt. You apply pressure and you pull and push, and as the creature's kind of falling back away from the light source, you give a real hard tug as the power goes out completely. The room is completely dark. Tungsten lets out a painful cry. It'll be really hard to use that arm. However, we are on to the next scene. You're in the same location, but there are only 9 candles lit. So that means you, for the rest of this scene, are starting with 9 dice. Tungsten wakes up in a bit of a daze.
Oh, that's right when I came back too. Great.
Perfect. You wake up in a bit of a daze. Your arm is not really in a better situation than it was. The creature, whatever it was, is no longer near you.
Thank God for that.
The following statements are... The sirens outside are growing louder. We're now going to go around the table. There's no table. We're now going to go around the table, and you're each going to give me a truth in the world/scene that's going on. So the following statement is true. I'm going to say a whole bunch of statements, actually. The following statements are true. The sirens are growing louder. Kinderbot lost his virtue. They are trying to reroute power to the hydroponics lab. Olivia lost her compassion. Tungsten has lost his unwavering virtue. Let's go to case C, Ariana, because I haven't heard her in a bit. Ariana, what is a truth?
A truth is I'm not really sure what to state here.
It can be literally anything. So, Snark, who's a pirate from Caldera, was like pretty much everything he said was there is rum in my bottle, or
Gotcha.
goofy things like that. Let's go to someone else real quick, and then you can give it a try if you want to.
Sure.
Let's go to Natalie. Natalie, give me a truth.
A truth. Is Tungsten a human, Dean? Dean.
I would assume so, considering it's Cobalt Pro.
Dean, is Tungsten...
What's up? I was muted. I was talking, but I didn't realize.
Is Tungsten a human?
Yeah.
Okay. Rachel just couldn't really see that well. She got distracted by the monster, but she was trying to help.
It's all right.
Okay. Rachel got distracted. Pat, give me a truth.
Kinderbot thinks this is a kindergarten field trip gone horribly wrong.
Wow, they're not too wrong.
All right. Bronelyn, give me a truth.
There are friends amongst us.
Awesome.
Aww.
Love that.
I think I dropped out of the call for a sec. Sorry.
Thomas Vigo, give me a truth.
Tom is hiding behind anybody he can.
Fair enough.
Weevil.
There is 5 bullets in the gun.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Oh, it was like, all right, that's what we're checking.
Zephyrin.
The radio broadcast is no longer live.
All right. Ariana, do you want to pitch one?
Oh, there is a second siren with a different tone coming from a nearby room.
Okay. Has everyone given me a truth?
I haven't.
One.
I have not.
Tungsten and who else?
Me.
Oh, Olivia. Olivia, give me a truth.
Something dark and warm is dripping from the air vents.
All right.
It's piss.
I am in the middle of the woods in the dark. Come on, guys.
It's unnaturally warm.
It's rat piss.
The pisses or just
Must be the piss of the animals.
Fresh.
Everything's done. Like just the air is like that dry heat.
All right. Nice. All right. So the next scene opens as your
Wait,
wind.
hold on.
Yes.
I haven't done one yet.
Oh, sorry. I thought you did.
It's all right. I frantically searched for my stash of sweet nectars to keep the party refreshed.
All right. Party has nectars.
Bonk, Olivia's taking one of those.
I have
Alright.
2 bullets.
The heating system kicks on, and you hear as it starts to get super muggy, and it also starts to smell super pissy.
Should have known.
It's uncomfortable and it's
Smells
humid.
like home.
That was some
But
good
Billy
Foley
walks
work,
in.
Jack.
I'm sorry.
I said that was good Foley work.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, that sound is great.
And then chains are over there. I just, but Billy walks in with an armful of ice cold sweet nectars, which help a bit, at least with the discomfort.
Yeah.
Ain't much, but it's something.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ain't much, but it's honest work.
In a room further down the hall, you hear a
Damn.
Well, that's concerning.
That's an event.
I would agree.
blame whoever said there was a second siren. I think it was Ariana.
Yeah, that's me.
Second siren is a siren, and those drips are a dripping. The smell's starting to get unbearable for those of you who smell things.
Oh god, we gotta get out of here.
Factors
This
seem
is
to
fucked.
detect a large amount of urea. Does someone need a change?
What are you pissed yourself?
Probably not.
Actually, Kinderpot, you know that your sensors are actually letting you know that this is probably toxic to organic forms.
Children. You seem to have a problem. The levels of urea in this area are approaching toxic levels. We must continue
Oh
forward.
fuck.
You can be poisoned by piss.
Let's take the advice and keep it pushing.
I like the robot.
Get on your feet.
Not standing piss.
We'll get
But where are
we'll
we
get your
pushing
arm sorted
to?
out once we're in a safe spot.
Where are we going to?
I mean, if
I'll
there's,
go anywhere not covered in.
I mean, if there's another
Usually-
siren going off, there might be other people.
Yeah, we should figure that
That's
out.
true.
Usually
There's
bunkers
a
have
buddy
a
system.
usually bunkers have a shelter in place program, but I don't think that's a good idea at all. And the subways seem to be completely blocked out, so I say we go up.
I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go with the robot that knows things.
All right.
Agreed.
Good choice, Timmy.
Agreed.
All right. Do you head in that direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
You continue onward as Kinderbot leads the way. It does bring you towards the room with the distant siren sound. This is a familiar noise to Kinderbot. As he jimmies the lock open and pops open the door, a little toy fire truck is sirening on the ground.
It's so cute.
There's large blocks everywhere and stuffed animals and toys. There's a chalkboard with letters and drawing.
We're back in the classroom, children. It's time
Is
for
the
a
room
milk and a
lit?
nap.
As a safe precaution, Kinderbot shuts the door behind you, and you no longer smell that poisonous smell.
Well,
Well, now
Is
we're
the room? Is this room lit?
It is. It's big.
Okay.
It's not bright by any means, but there's like little night lights kind of plugged in areas.
All right.
Is there any other way out?
Yes. You see a point of egress across the classroom.
All right.
is that
Is
door
there a
locked?
map anywhere? Let's
there
try
a
the door. Let's try the door.
Okay. You go over and you check the door. It is unlocked, but you do hear footsteps on the other side.
Footsteps, not like tentacles, Schwartz.
Is
You're
there
hearing
like
footsteps.
a chair
What?
that I can put against the door?
Yeah, there's things you can find in the classroom.
Oh boy, I'ma do it.
Cool.
All right.
Grab all the meat is
Thinking, Sally.
Olivia's gonna do the thing she did during school in the bunkers and start sharpening all the pencils into stilettos.
Excellent survival training.
You go over and start sharpening your pencils. You bar the door with a chair. Seems like you are all choosing to keep her down, so why not throw a board at you? A few more footsteps run over, and suddenly there's a banging on the door. You see a familiar face, someone that everyone might recognize as the friendly neighbor, a celebrity across the bunker system.
Ooh.
Hey, you better let me in. It's me, your friendly neighbor. And they put a bloody hand against the glass as it drips down. They seem unfazed by the fact that their finger is cut down to the bone, and they grin at you with a black drip of blood kind of pouring out of the side of their mouth.
Oh, that sounds hot.
No,
They seem
no.
nice.
Oh, come on. Me in.
Oh no.
Holy bonk. Alright.
They seem
Are
nice.
you let me in? I swear by my suspenders that I won't hurt any of you.
Is he even wearing suspenders? Somebody check.
He is wearing suspenders.
Shit, it checks out.
I say we get to murdering because there's more of us than there are of that.
Come on, let us in. He slams against the door.
Let
Hey, he
us
said
in?
us.
Us, fuck.
No.
I won't hurt you, but my friends might. The fire
Listen, I
truck on the ground turns abruptly, screeches, and starts driving at Kinderbot.
Oh shit!
I shoot it.
That's not so cute anymore.
It's driving at a neck-breaking 3 miles per hour.
Oh, the fire truck?
I shoot the car.
All right, take a shot at the car.
No, you only have 5 bullets.
That's fine. I'm spooked.
He works better under stress.
1, 6, and 1, 1.
All right. Now, because there is one less dice for you, that means that I get 1 dice too. So if I get a 6, that cancels out your 1 6.
Ooh.
I did not get a 6, so the narration is yours. However, would you like to get rid of how many ones? 1 1?
I'm a spit logical.
You
Who
what?
needs logic?
I'm getting rid of logical.
Okay.
That makes sense for me shooting a toy gun or toy fire truck. I aim and fire at a toy fire truck. And hope it doesn't bleed.
You shoot the fire truck, and it explodes into pieces. But you hear, almost at the same exact time, a chorus of voices shrieking in pain out in the hallway. Ah! I can't believe he shot us!
Well
Stuffed
done.
Oh my god.
Your training
Two
has really
stuffed
pulled off
bears.
today.
Two stuffed bears charge forward and grab Weevil at his legs.
No.
Shoot him
Can
again!
I attempt to help him by stabbing one of the teddy bears with a knife?
I try and kick one of the other ones off.
Oh yeah.
This is like a scary snuggle commercial. All right, let's go with Zephyrin.
Uh-huh.
Let's roll me a dice to fight off this monster.
That's 9 dice.
Yep.
Oh, that's some ones there.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh,
How many?
That's just 2 1s and
Oh,
no
that's good.
6s. So when you burn off a virtue, that's forever. Yeah?
Yep.
Cool. I'm gonna burn off Curious. I don't know if I want to burn off both my virtues right away.
Fighting a stuffed bear has killed you.
My curiosity.
No more
Okay.
childlike wonder.
Who needs to know more things about the world? Not me.
Unfortunately, you did not get a success, so the narration is still mine. You stab this bear, and you cut into cotton and soft things. The bear is unfazed, but again you hear echoed, "Oh, why we are your friends." The bear rips out some of its stuffing and jumps and attempts to stuff it in your face. It doesn't really hurt because it's a stuffed animal, but it doesn't make you feel. Since you backed away from the chair that you were using to brace the door, it suddenly kicks inward, and friendly neighbor falls in, his conductor hat falling slightly over one of his eyes in a real anime way. You should have let me in sooner. Now I'm angry. And
Oh, no.
he looks over at Billy, seeing that he has some sweet nectars still braced in his arm. You could give me a drink, then we'd be friends, right?
I don't think I'm gonna do that. Unless you want to
Give him
pay.
a drink. Give him a drink. Give him a.
Shit.
I think you should give him a drink.
Give him a drink, and while he's drinking, stab him.
All right, I give him a drink. I'll give him a drink.
Okay, you give him a drink. He cracks it open. Oh, I wish I had a... Wait, I do. More fully on it.
Hey.
Whoa, I'm so immersed.
You guys
Drinks
feel
it.
that? Feel the ASMR?
You see certain parts of his throat have this orange liquid falling out as the nectar just falling through what seems to be rotting on his body. He looks at you and gives you a big grin. His teeth rotted away. And he says, "You're the first person to do something nice to us since we got here." And he collapses to the ground. You hear a collection of slumps out in the hall.
I told you they seem nice.
I'll peek out and
Wow,
I'll take a look.
It's a shame I sacrificed my compassion trait.
You peek out, you see about 10 people slumped on the ground. They still have a bit of life left in them as they're twitching about. But aside from that, they seem to be dead.
It looks like
Cool.
kindness is a mercy, I guess.
Kill them with kindness, as they say.
Well done, boy.
Well, that should make this easier, right?
I'm just throw sweet nectars at them. All right, got it.
It's a new weapon.
They also say waste not, want not. So I'm gonna go collect a bunch of their stuff, don't you know?
Not a bad idea.
You think there's any more left of that sweet nectar?
I still got some more sweet nectars.
Oh, hell yeah.
How do you think they were connected to the toys, though? Are any of the toys still moving?
Who's searching the body? Was that Rachel?
That's Rachel.
All right. Rachel, you start checking the bodies, and when Bronlyn mentions that, how are they connected? You kind of happen to run your hand over a little metal square on the back of the friendly neighbor's head.
Ooh.
Does it feel like a button?
Feels more like a chip. When you look at it, it even has like a little Pentium 4 processor symbol on it.
Can I?
I think maybe they were some sort of computers.
Well,
Yeah, all right.
I don't really need to know more than that.
Oh, our
Some sort of computer chip thing.
You know what they say, never trust a computer unless it's taking care of your kids.
That is correct.
They say that.
Especially if it's taking care of your kids.
Yes.
Smart people we have here.
Kinderbot.
Do any of the toys have corresponding computer chips?
Yes, the fire truck.
Makes
Or
sense.
what's
Makes
left of it.
sense. Cool.
What about the teddy bears?
You search them, you tear them up, and you do find a couple more chips in them.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to say in
Are
total
we being
you find...
attacked by the toy maker?
No,
Who
no.
knows?
Oh god.
I checked my own neck and back of head for.
Ooh. Roll me dice.
Same. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Shit.
How many? 9?
9, yeah.
Okay.
we're just getting to like Toy Story meets Saw territory.
All right. That's 3 6s and a 1.
Ooh.
Do you want to get rid of the 1?
I have to burn my second virtue, correct?
Yep, you don't have to, by the way. You guys can choose to, like, tactically not do that if you...
I think I would rather have 3 6s and not lose a virtue on this. So I'm not gonna burn anything.
All right, the scene is yours.
Okay, she feels the back of her head tentatively, doesn't feel a chip, and then she pulls her rifle out and points it at everyone else in the room and says, "Why don't y'all check the back of your heads for me now?"
Oh god, get ready to roll.
Check
Kinderbot
back,
turns
nothing there.
completely around and then back.
How much can I narrate, Zach?
You keep going.
Okay. I'll say, how many of us are there?
10, I think.
10.
An amount.
I'm gonna let some chaos tides decide some stuff.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
I don't like that.
5 of you have chips on the back of your heads.
Oh, fuck.
Literally
yeah.
Saw territory. Fuck.
Which one?
I want to play a game.
All
I'm
right,
gonna say,
hold on. I'm going to interject just a bit.
yeah, okay.
Billy works at this bunker when he's not over at the Blessing, and Kinderbot is this is actually a classroom that he's very familiar with. So at least those two have chips on them.
Yeah. And trying to look at people's names to remember who all is here.
Oh, we should change the nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should do that. 1 second.
I did that a little while ago. I probably
Yeah, me too.
I did it during the first scene.
I want it.
Who else has chips?
I'm waiting for people's like character names to pop up so I can decide.
Mine's Olivia, but sorry, I'm just gonna take a second to figure out how to.
Yeah.
Just right click your
Basically,
username.
right. Yeah.
Oh, I'm on my iPad.
I think I have one. Ariana, you have one,
Okay.
and Weevil has one.
Oh no.
Hey, I'm free.
Who was the fifth?
Billy and Kinderbot.
That's
So
4.
Billy, Kinderbot, Weevil.
Zephyrum, Ariana, and Weevil.
Alright.
Okay.
Okay. As you all feel your necks, some of you are very surprised to feel that you have these same chips at your at your necks. The moment you touch them and this realization kind of happens, the power flickers, and you hear a bing as the elevator in the hallway suddenly just got a surge of power to it. I am putting out a candle as we are moving on to the next scene. You now have 8 dice, and I have 2.
Oh shit, we're on the down the crazy.
We're gonna do less. The following things are true, just because there's 10 of us, and that takes a while.
Okay.
The following statements are true. Nope, I am on the wrong page. What? Jesus. All right. The following statements are true. The sirens outside are growing louder. Hey, why don't we do the 5 people that just got the bad news? Kinderbot, what is another truth? Whoa, what are you doing?
Evil looks ready to strike.
Chris, I just looked over at Chris at the knife there. Oh, and Gaurav has a sword out. I guess everyone's just showing off.
I'm just trying to scratch my back.
All right.
Boy, I don't know.
Do you want me to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me.
All right. Billy, what is it?
Upon realization that you have a chip, it begins to become painful.
Oh, bummer. All right, Ariana.
Rachel's gun is pointing to the Kinderbot because she saw the chip on him.
Ooh.
All right, Weevil.
There are 4 bullets. Should I change it?
You can if you want.
Yeah, I should change it.
You can make it 32 if you wanted.
There is the sound of running water in the hallway with the body.
All right.
Or whatever room that was.
I think it was a hallway.
I think it's a hallway.
Zephyrin,
Yes?
what is the truth?
Oh, I have a chip? Shit. Let's see. Fog is rolling in.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
Just all the precipitation is happening.
It's all that shit's in the air.
I've never seen.
Bug had made a piss.
All the piss and events is really fucking that up, huh?
Or rather, here's a more menacing rendition of that. There is something in the fog.
Oh shit. Okay.
Is it nice?
It's the piss demon.
Guess what? It's more fog.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Kinderbot, what you got?
Okay, my truth is the chips are normally only issued at birth.
Okay.
Oh, what? Wow.
Whoa.
You've been in this bunker your whole life.
Well, shit.
Oh, shit.
That's weird.
What a twist.
That is weird.
I said normally.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay.
A couple of them have an existential crisis. A couple of them.
Okay.
Multiple people traveling. I just came here to write a Yelp review.
My truth
Sound of
is
water emanating from down the hallway. Who was it that looked out? Was it Billy that looked out in the hall?
I looked down the hallway, yeah.
You see that there is the elevator doors open and there is water kind of like spilling out of the floor and kind of top parts of the elevator.
Okay, The Shining.
When you pull your head back in, you notice that the door into the room is now starting to flood in with a yellow, musty fog that is very quickly filling up the area that it's in.
Shit, we gotta get to
Smells
that
very
elevator.
pissy.
We can't stay here.
Your friends look pained as they're touching the chips of their neck, and you too. You touch this, and you don't remember having this, but it itches and it hurts. And lastly, you see that Rachel's gun is pointed directly at Kinderbot. Scene is yours. What do you all want to do?
Is there a problem, Rachel?
Oh, I could go on about all the problems I've got with your kind. But,
Whoa!
Oh, wait.
Tungsten does not abide by bigots.
Robotist.
No, it's okay. He's the one that takes care of kids.
That's
Yeah, and they weren't taking part in what was just happening, so like clearly something's not going wrong here. So like we still have time, right?
do you?
I don't even know how
I
I
don't
got
have a
here.
chip.
We
I
just
don't know
gotta
how much
figure this
time
out.
any of y'all
Oh,
have with those chips in your necks.
Hold on,
Is
I
there a
have an
problem with
idea.
having a chip in your neck? All residents of our
Wait, but
society have chips
As long
in
as the
their neck.
gun's off me, I'm happy.
wait, Weevil has a chip and he was getting attacked.
Yeah, and I did shoot one.
So
That's true.
Who's that?
maybe we can get him out? Like I don't How-
Yeah, why don't we just look at him? Is there any way to pry him out?
Yeah, I try to take mine off.
Olivia takes out her.
Do you want
little
some
hair
help?
comb, and the end she has sharpened into a little shiv, and she's like, "Who wants surgery?"
I have a knife.
Okay,
Alright.
well that's cool too.
Who's attempting to get yours removed? Is it Ariana? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I've got knives. I'll try and dig that bastard out.
All right. You have 8 dice. Give it a try.
Let's do it.
Remember, I can always blast it out.
Okay. 2 6s, 2 1s.
All right. I roll 2 dice. No 6s, which means that the scene will be yours to dictate. Do you want to do anything about those 1s, or do you want to leave them for now, or get rid of them for now?
I'll burn my business oriented for one of them.
How dare you, sir?
I know how I don't know what I'll do without it, but
By
It
prying
came out with the
shit.
tip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
It works. All
I
right.
am still business oriented.
The scene is yours to dictate what you do with this chip.
okay, yeah. I dig the knife under my skin a little bit, and I'm flinching a bit and just grunting, and I eventually there's a kind of a snap and a squelch, and the thing comes off. But there's a bit of a wound on the back of my neck.
All right.
That did not look fun.
No, it was not. But whatever that is not on me anymore, and I think I'll sleep sounder knowing that. Yes, just
Cool.
take it.
Cool.
Can
Thanks.
Well,
someone?
I could patch you up. Zephyr pulls off their red bandana and just goes about putting some pressure on said wound.
Tight hurting
All right.
around his neck.
Why don't you roll for me, Zephyr?
Yeet. That's 8 dice. Double checking. That's 2 1s and no 6s.
Ooh.
Yikes. R.I.P.
So you are losing narration. But do you want to do anything about those 1s, or do you want to just ditch them for now?
I'm. This is a difficult choice because I don't want to fuck you guys over.
This hope he gets out alive. So
Yeah.
I think I'm going
Talking
to leave them as they are for now.
Okay, you are. So for this scene, you folks have 6 dice to work with. I take narration, and you attempt to patch up Ariana's net, and you don't do a bad job per se. However, you're rushed as that fog that's drifting in starts to make contact with bits and pieces of shattered fire truck. The metal parts instantly start to dissolve away. When it starts to approach the chip that Ariana just pulled from her neck, the metal and pieces that are connected also dissolve and crumble down. This may be some sort of defense against robots that the bunker itself has built in with this toxic, strange spray. But that doesn't mean that the rest of you aren't also at risk. Water continues to pour out from the elevator, which seems to be the only thing that is lit in the hallway.
Elevator time. Let's go.
Elevator time to get out of here.
Kinderbot
Get
goes
over
back
there. Yeah,
opposite
let's
direction
get moving.
of that fall.
Okay. You all scurry out and get into the elevator.
There it is.
There's an arrow that points up and an arrow that points down.
I say up.
I am up.
Yes, absolutely.
Whoever's getting us out of here.
I was gonna say let's go to hell, but
There's no sign or like signage that says like in case of fire, use stairs and then a direction to the stairs.
What about in case of piss gas?
I look for any signage indicating stairs and their existence.
Okay, you do find an exit with stairs that go down.
But not up.
Only down.
Not up, only down.
What is that in this
Yeah, so let's go
cockamamie
down
bunker? Little shittery fuck.
top.
You look over the railing of these stairs, and it looks like they go down for a long, long time.
Sounds like
What's the weight limit on the elevator? Can it fit 10 of us?
Oh no.
I mean,
enough.
Okay.
it could be a freight elevator. I mean, like it is a bunker. It's meant to carry like a lot of people up and down.
That's very
I
true.
like that.
Very true.
It is a freight elevator. Actually, it's a fancier elevator. The backside side of it, you can see the backside of it is entirely glass. And if it weren't for being stuck on this floor here, you'd be able to see out into whichever direction you choose to go.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Nice.
To test the theory I have while we're in the elevator, I pour sweet nectar onto my chip.
All right, roll some dice.
It
Oh,
gets
boy. 6,
sticky.
What could possibly go
Yeah,
wrong?
we have 6.
Your neck is
6.
sticky.
1611.
All right, so the scene will be yours to narrate. Do you want to get rid of that one?
Yeah, I'll get rid of Studious.
All right, you now have 5 dice for this scene.
Alright, so as I pour the sweet nectar onto my chip actually slightly short circuits and begins to stop hurting.
All right. Yeah, sweet nectar fixes all.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty much what your Champions of Osiris character is built around, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have to pee real bad. I'll be right back. The narration is technically still yours, Grog. Don't say stuff until I'm back.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Well, shit.
Sweet nectar's gonna get us through this, guys. I believe in the power of sweet.
Me
I'm
too.
gonna take this as a moment to pee myself. I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The piss comes for us all.
Piss is the enemy. Sweet nectar is the victory.
First it's in the air, then it's in our bodies.
Oh god.
I feel betrayed.
Leaves the camera.
I'm so sad. Oh jeez.
No. God no.
It's strange, but every time I drink sweet nectar, a little later on I have to piss. I feel like they're connected.
Oh fuck. I'm so sad I can't get my
Are you doubting me?
freaking camera to work.
Oh man.
I have so many nice props I could be showing off, but this video won't work.
Yeah, but Zach feels the same.
Yeah, he's got the cool shit.
I'm back.
I got a hand crossbow in here.
Oh my god.
And an actual real grenade that's diffused.
Aw,
Christ.
fun.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
boring.
Unless.
Yeah.
Unless.
I also have 2 bottles of rum. Who wants to party?
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I just need to
Fuck
run to
yeah.
my basement, and I don't want to get up because I'm not wearing the best of pants right now.
You're wearing pants? You're supposed to wear pants in this?
I mean, if you can get away with it, why would you wear pants?
For fucking real.
Yeah.
I wore pants in 5 weeks.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
just saying, by having this jacket on, it's very warm in my room. Gotta compensate somehow.
I'm wearing a very heavy sweater. I just have my window wide open.
For some reason, when my Wi-Fi went out, my room became freezing. So I've got a space heater next to me.
You better watch out. It's probably the piss ghost.
Yeah, I was just
That'd be the 5G.
Oh no!
Jesus.
Pants for ghosts.
We're pretty sure my house is actually haunted.
5
so-
ghosts. Yes.
Or could it be Five Guys?
Oh boy.
Ooh,
Ooh.
All right.
that's a choice.
All right, Gaurav. So you no longer are feeling pain from your chip, and would you like to elaborate further on the sweet nectar
sure.
still?
All right, guys, I think I figured it out. I had this theory from when I fed that one guy sweet nectar. So I tried it on my own chip, and it worked. It doesn't hurt anymore. Who wants the sweet nectars on their chips?
Oh yeah.
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
yeah, let's do it.
I don't have a chip, but I can go for another sweet nectar.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Sweet nectar
confused why your
solves it all.
chips hurt. They're issued to all children when they're born.
You pour the sweet nectar, and on all the chips, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me some more dice.
Cool.
What are we down to? 5?
Here we go.
Yep, 5 for the scene.
5.
Oh,
Alright.
wow.
Woof.
Oof.
Good lord.
And I'm rolling.
6 and 2 ones.
I matched you with a 6. However, if you choose to get rid of those ones, you can also keep the scene narration.
Do I want to get rid of business oriented?
No, that's much tougher for you.
That's gonna be a no for me. Keep it.
Only reason I'm here is to make money.
That's your in with sweet nectar. You gotta keep that.
I say keep it, yeah.
He's got a corner on the sweet nectar train.
Shit. I have to keep it. I have to keep it business oriented, or else I'll run out of sweet nectars, and then we'll be lost.
How many ones was that?
2.
All right, so you have 3 dice for the rest of this scene,
Oh gosh.
and I'm taking the narration. You pour the nectar on each of the chips, and I'll give you some good news. They all kind of give a little bzz, and no longer hurt. No one's chips hurt anymore.
Hey.
However, when the nectar hits the floor, you hear, "Do I smell nectar?"
Yeah.
As friendly neighbors.
We need to
friendly
get the
neighbor-
fuck out of here.
Quick, press the button.
Friendly neighbor crawls out of the room on his back, his arms and legs bent in the wrong direction, his head
Jesus.
pointing upward. I love nectar.
Press the button.
As
Press
he
the button.
charges
Press the
forward.
button.
Sweet nectar cannon. Let's leave.
Press that
I roll-
button.
I throw a sweet nectar can out as a grenade while I press the button.
Tom's gonna hug the closest
Like,
person to
shake
him.
it up. Chuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. He races forward, and I'm actually just going to do this because it's fun, but I rolled poorly. He leaps forward, and you pressing the button, the door's shut, and crush his head.
Oh,
Yes.
The elevator rumbles and starts to rise. I'm putting out a candle as this passes. Replenishing the dice pool, but it is now only at 7.
Oh boy.
The following statements are true. Well, for starters, the elevator's going up, but also the sirens grow louder. I'm going to do the other 5 people now. Olivia, what is the truth?
The walls, which are usually made of hard metal, seem to give way a bit when you touch them.
Right. Rachel, give me a truth.
You said the back of this wall, the back of the elevator was made of glass?
Yep.
It is cracking in several spots.
Oh, shit.
Bronwyn, give me a truth.
The elevator music is playing to the rhythm of whoever's heartbeat is going fastest.
Oh, that's definitely me.
Not me.
And what song is it playing?
Something death metal, probably.
Nice.
Sandstorm.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're not me.
Staying Alive by the Beatles. I mean, Bee Gees.
By the Beatles.
Like the Beatles version way more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
There's a lot more acoustic guitar in that version.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if it's gonna be metal, then we should have it by Metallica.
You know, no, how about it's switching back and forth between Stairway to Heaven and Highway to Hell.
Depends on which direction you're going.
Whose heartbeat?
Huh?
That's definitely Tom. Tom is terrified.
All right. Speaking of Tom, give me a truth.
The higher we ascend, you can hear the neighbor's voice getting louder and louder and split into 3 different voices.
Wow.
Incredible. So we just saw its head get crushed, and now we can hear it more.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Hey, friends, you had some nectar.
Get away from me!
Tungsten, give me a truth.
There's an ominous amount of riveting coming from above us, and the air vent of the ceiling is, of the roof of the elevator, slightly buckling under.
There's an ominous amount of what above you?
Riveting, like frogs riveting.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
perfect. Okay.
Riveting. Got it.
Okay. The elevator ascends, and the music it's playing is really weird. It's a combination of AC/DC's 3 chords and Led Zeppelin's actual talent.
Just how to get in the person comment.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Sorry.
Greta.
Was waiting for it.
In the background of the music, you swear that you can hear, "Oh, nectar. Oh, you shouldn't have crushed my head. Oh, and she's buying me a sweet nectar to hell."
Oh, God. I love this.
Pretty sure this is part of the song.
Definitely.
But there's also a drip, and a as the glass, the back of the elevator is the cracks in it are starting to spread. There's a soft that's growing louder, and you actually hear what sounds like the inside of a seashell or the ocean as water starts to slosh against the glass on the other side of the elevator. You look outward and you see a huge dome in the room that you'll be landing on shortly. What else do we got here?
I hope y'all can swim.
Higher we ascend. All right, we touch that. We touch that.
Can't swim from way down by the sweet nectars, no.
The sturdy metal elevator doors seem to buckle and give way as water starts to pour inward.
Is it water or sweet nectar?
It's water.
Is it
Doors open and water rushes in up to about your knees. You see before you a flooded area that Kinderbot, actually you'd all recognize it. Part of this leisure palace has an aquarium and museum, essentially. And you're in what looks to be the aquatic section. Around you, up in the tops of the domes, you see glass casing. Behind the glass, you can see these vaguely humanoid but vaguely terrifying figures silhouetted and peering down at you as you're in this scape. The narration is yours. The ribbiting grows louder.
Will the if the elevator doors open now, is it gonna flood instantly, or is like the domed room? Is there air in there?
There is air in there. Yep.
Okay.
There seems to be a platform, although the water levels do look way higher than normal.
Cool.
How close is that? Like, are we to that domed room?
The elevator doors, as they're opening, are opening to the domed area itself.
Oh, jeez.
Picture like a
Oh, sorry. What I meant is, how close to air are we?
there's air all around you. I mean, the water's up. If the water's rushing in and it's getting up to about your knee, may get up to about your hips if you stay in the elevator. What I'm picturing for like the enclosure is picture like the penguin enclosures, but with like Everglade animals, not cold animals. You know what I'm thinking?
Okay.
I see.
Everglade animals, you say?
Yep. You hear a splotching. There's a green humanoid figure with dead eyes looks over. It's completely naked, as most animals would be, but this looks more humanoid than an animal should.
Oh god.
It seems to look at you. No, it seems to peep directly at you.
I fucking hate this. I'm gone.
Yes.
Someone does speak with animal
Is petrified.
It peeps
Okay.
across
One
the
fear. Frogs.
and
Olivia drowns herself.
What did you say, Zach?
it plops along, and you hear it kind of echoed. Beep, meh, meh,
Is
as
it a
eyes pop out of the water, and you're being watched. You're peeped at by a bunch of peepers.
Peepers?
Peepers.
Zephyr's
Oh,
just
no.
frozen. Like, bro, this is the most terrifying thing. That neighbor, no, that wasn't scary. This is scary.
We can't get any higher in this elevator.
Unless you figure out a way to override its blocks, no.
Searching database. I cannot find any reference to peepers in our aquarium system.
Olivia is sharpening the end of her hairbrush. Who wants to
More
go kill
shifts.
some peepers?
They're just
The opportunity
peepers. All they
arises.
do is look at
One of the
people.
peepers hops within 3 feet, bounds into the air, and flat in front of you.
I
Oh
blow
my
its face
God.
off.
In the elevator?
Stick it right between its eyes.
At the front of the elevator. It lands with a meh.
Yeah, I fire my rifle at it.
Alright, roll me some dice. You have 7 dice to work.
We have 7, huh?
Yep.
Alrighty. That is 3 6s and no 1s.
That's a
I got 2 6s, so you're still winning. So the scene is yours to narrate.
Okay, so the thing like lands, opens its mouth to go like, "Meow," and before I can like gesticulate the noise, there's a rifle muzzle in it, and Rachel just says, "Time to buckle up, kiddos," and blows its face open, recocks her rifle, and then just like makes a dash towards, I guess, the next safest platform.
All right. You run forward and you're able to climb up onto like a fake kind of cave connection kind of thing. You actually step off of the peeper enclosure description of what peepers are and what foods they like to hop up on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Their favorite magazines and stuff.
Yeah, I'll extend a hand down to anyone who followed me if they want to help. I think if they want to get up on this high ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab your hand.
Sounds good.
I will also head up.
What's up?
Who is? Give me an order.
I'll go first.
I do not take your hand.
Wow.
She goes to extend her hand, sees it's Ariana, and kind of like pulls it back and is like, "I think you got this."
Tom's gonna push Ariana out of the way and run for her hand.
Nice. I take your hand and pull you up.
Olivia's next.
Wow.
That was cool.
What's the vibe? What's the vibe for Olivia?
Racist.
What's the vibe? Yeah, come on up, Olivia.
Fucking tight, bro.
Yo, is this
Basically, if you're a human, Rachel helps you up. If you're a mutant, she does not help you, but you're allowed up there. But she doesn't help you at all.
Like the sucker.
Yeah.
Racism kills.
Oh,
Takes
yeah.
Zephyrin a hot sec to get there because frogs are scary.
Wow,
But
you
she
better
does
suck it up, Zephyr.
I'm
get there.
standing back and helping you get over there. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I saw you were stunned, and I was like, "We gotta go."
We gotta zoom.
You do all successfully get to that little cave area and hop up onto safety. Only a couple peepers seem to swim close to the one that was just shot. The rest scatter at the sound. Those of you who have come across peepers probably know they're not the most aggressive animals.
They're fucking scary, man. They're so scary.
But at the time, none of your characters, aside from Billy, have ever interacted with them. So.
They eat lead just as good as any other scary animal.
The intercom blares in that familiar voice and Stairway to Heaven playing. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. You really made them angry.
The peepers?
The lights flicker. The lights
Zephyrin's just like,
the lights flicker and you realize that it's not the peepers that Mr. Friendly Neighbor meant by they. It's the figures watching you up in the windows. They slam balled fists against the glass. And they leave behind like a smear of slime.
There we go.
One of them disappears for a moment, and you hear, and the water's level starts to rise. You've made them real angry. They don't like when you hurt their toys. The room starts to flood very quickly. It is now completely covered the elevator doors and is now rising up to your ankles as you're on this cave area. You look around and it doesn't seem like there's much of anywhere to go, at least from where you can see. What would any of you like to do?
Is there anything that can float around here?
is the ceiling glass?
The dead peeper's body floats as the water level rises.
Nope, never mind.
Don't touch that. You can try.
A sweet nectar mascot costume also kind of bloop, pops up to the covered in blood, but floating.
Good enough.
And the top of this dome does look like glass, at least the windows that you're being watched through.
Hey, you with the gun, points at any of the people with a gun. You should shoot up there and see if you can make an exit for us.
Tom pulls out his little hooker pistol out of his little tiny
hooker.
Yeah, hooker holder, whatever. You know, an old cowboy pistol.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And
we're caught between a rock and a wet place.
Tom realizes very fast that this will not do the job and immediately starts cowering.
Well, you don't need to roll to cower, so would anyone else like to try to shoot?
Firing at
I think we've gotta wait for this water to buoy us up there, then we can unlock it and climb out the top.
The water's going awfully fast.
So we'll get up there quicker.
I shoot the glass.
What's wrong? Can't you swim?
The water's up to your belly buttons as you're starting to
I
feel
can
buoyant.
swim just fine.
Tom is gonna grab
the glass.
Tom's gonna run over to Kinderbot and be like, Kinderbot, please. Look, I wasn't ready for this. I came here to swindle people out of their money. I don't know what's happening.
Now calm down, little Timmy. Just remember, the air in your lungs and float on your back. You'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, sure.
All right. As you're armed, there's suddenly a gunshot. As Weevil, roll me some dice as you try to shoot that dome.
Oh, God.
I rolled 1 6. So you
I
gotta
rolled a 6 and 2 1.
Do you want to get rid of those ones and take the scene by burning something, or?
No.
Okay. You fire up into the air and you make contact with the glass, but it doesn't seem to break it. This is some durable stuff. The water level continues to rise, and while some of you do float up, as you naturally would, I'm sure Tinderbot has some sort of flotation device, even though he's made mostly out of metal. Hold on 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Zephyrin. As everyone else starts to float upward, you feel something wrap around your ankle.
Someone's got my leg.
It tightens around your ankle and starts to pull downward. What do?
Start thrashing.
All right, roll me some dice as you thrash. You've got 5 to work with.
Lord. I feel like this website's working against me. That's 2 1s and no 6s again. Ooh.
You want to do anything about those ones?
I'm gonna sacrifice my honesty.
Okay. If any of you are starting to use your moments or your drinks, let me know, because there's an important thing that happens when you do. You sacrifice your honesty, is that what it was?
Yeah.
You let out the truth. I'm really scared, and actually, you didn't get a success though. So this tightens around your leg. You express the truth that you're very scared, and you get yanked underwater.
Oh no!
The water level continues to rise, and Zephyrin is out of sight.
I'm gonna dive down after her.
Nice. Dive down. Roll me some dice.
It's 5, right? Or is it? Okay. Ooh! 3 6s, 1 1.
All right. Do you want to get rid of that one?
Yeah. I'll get rid of perseverance. So
Who needs to persevere?
I think that would be very helpful here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll get rid of enthusiastic. We'll.
There you go.
You can get rid of whatever you want.
We'll get rid of enthusiastic. I'll be a little less happy.
Just sad.
Your enthusiasm
You
really
got
dropped.
depression.
You just turn that
Not
virtue into a
real.
light.
Turn that smile upside down. Oh wait.
The scene is yours. You got a success, so you can narrate.
Cool. I'm gonna dive down underwater and try to find Zephyrin in the midst of it. At which point I see a peeper has grabbed her leg and is just clinging for dear life. It's not trying to pull you down, but you're kicking too much, and you're both just kind of thrashing and afraid. So I'm gonna get in between there and just pry your leg and itself like apart from each other, and then just push you as far in the other direction as I can, and hope that we can just kind of start floating upward. The peeper starts floating upward in the other direction now that
I feel
you
bad
are
for the peeper.
not connected. They're both starting to float up, just separately.
All right. Dive down. You successfully save your friend. The rest of you first see a peeper pop out of the water, and then dive right back down. A half second later, you see Zephyrin followed by Bronlin. They pop up out of the water.
Holy fucking shit, I'm never going in the water again. What the fuck?
You're about 10 feet from the top of the dome. The figures silhouetted in the glass are excitedly looking on to your demise.
Oh boy.
You can sense that there is more movement in the water below, and it seems to be thrashing more water than a simple peeper would be able to. Who wants to do something?
I've got a knife.
I'm gonna punch the glass.
All right. Only some punching, Olivia.
How many dice we got now?
I think 5.
Yeah.
5. Okay. That's that's 1 and no 6s.
Yikes.
I am gonna sacrifice my greediness though, in order to get rid of that 1. Is that cool?
Yep. Sorry, I'm just writing it down.
Oh, okay, cool.
Are we sacrificing our vices as well as our virtues?
Yeah, you sacrifice your virtue, your vice, your moment, and your brink. That's kind of like the order of doing it.
Got it.
You punch the glass, and you hear a crack from your hand. This glass is very thick. A bullet didn't break it, though I like your spirit.
You hear God's voice say in your mind.
Like a spirit.
Yeah, it's not dead.
I like you got still, kid.
You all feel
Scott Foxy.
you all feel a rush of water below you as you're propelled upward with the water. 3 of you, let's roll some dice.
Oh no, it went under my carrot!
Weevil and Billy, you get slammed into the glass and you fall unconscious for a quick second. I need to get this dice. Hold on.
I did not hear the first name.
Me neither.
I think it was Weevil.
Yeah, so Weevil and Billy, I think.
Weevil. Okay.
Oh fuck.
Well, that dice is not correct. You get slammed into the glass. You are unconscious for the scene unless somebody helps you. There's something big swimming around in the water below. It's lashing about with tendrils.
It's the God Peeper.
Did you say that Kinderbot was also like rendered inoperable?
Yes, you see 3 of your friends kind of get tossed into the glass above and then fall. They're now floating at the top of the water, unconscious.
I start thinking.
I want to grab Kinderbot before it sinks, and I'll look to Olivia and say, let's try that one more time, and I'm going to try to smash the glass open using Kinderbot's metal body.
Who rolled for that? You or me?
You roll that, yeah.
I'm assuming it's me. How many do I have now? 5?
5, yep.
All right. That's a single 1 and no 6s.
Oh no.
But I will burn my Indomitable to break that glass.
To get rid of the 1.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, just because I don't like being this mean.
Or actually, you know what? Can I save the virtue and burn a moment? Is that how that works?
No.
Or can I activate a moment to like use it?
You can. So you do burn your moments similarly to how you would other things. I like the idea that you're pitching, and also 4 failures in a row is not fun. So why don't you narrate what's happening?
Well, so I'll burn my moment, which I had written down as I will find hope in those I can help, not the ones I couldn't.
Awesome.
And I look at this young Cupco scout, Olivia, and as a scoutmaster herself, Rachel is like, I need to save this kid. So she takes this dead, useless robot and smashes it through the glass. Discarding it, like letting it sink once the glass is broken, and then she'll climb up out of it and help Olivia out of the hole.
Oh, shit.
I have a question about moments.
Yes.
is the moment just a thing you burn, or do you experience a moment?
I actually like the storytelling capabilities of you guys kind of hopping in your moments. Plus, things are getting pretty dire, so if you want to use it now.
Okay. The impact of me hitting the glass fulfills my moment of losing or being freed from my programming.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, that's fucking sweet.
You somehow are able to position yourself and get leverage in the water to smash this robot into the glass.
It's mom strength.
Your mom strength. And you're able to break that glass just below the peak of the dome. Water starts to rush out, and all of you are poured out with it. Unfortunately, Kinderbot did get really damaged in the process and has lost control of their legs. In fact, their legs are gone. Kinderbot can now pull themselves around on their arms or be carried around like a little backpack.
Wow.
I'll toss on the backpack.
Because I was a little more merciful, I'm putting out 2 candles, which brings you down to 4. The water pours you all out into the top of the room. The tentacled silhouette figures scramble back. It's almost as though they don't want you to see them, but they want to see you. They scurry back into the darkness, and you're now in the room in the observatory.
Yeah, you better fucking run. Fuck you.
From here, it's actually easier to access a lot of the other parts of the bunker. If you want to go all the way down to the subway, you could. If you want to access the botany lab, you could. If you want to try to leave, you could.
Is there a mechanic center where we could possibly fix my backpack's leg?
Yeah.
Am I still unconscious?
I'm C-3PO now.
Am I also still unconscious?
Yeah.
No, you're all conscious now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Those of you that were unconscious, you two in a different room. It's a giant observatory. The ceilings are really high up here. They're like 30 feet up.
Now, I know this is insensitive, but I feel like legs for a backpack might not be the biggest priority for all of us surviving right now.
You think?
I kind of like to find a way out of here so we can just leave this place to its own weird science.
Broke my freaking legs.
We might
You're
be able
right,
to also find some
Rachel.
tools.
That
No,
was
hold on.
insensitive.
Yeah, we're not gonna listen to the person who just killed one of our party, or almost killed one of our party.
Not only
They're
that,
a
we're able to
robot.
find some useful tools in the shop.
You can turn them back on and off anytime you want.
Murderous.
You're not helping those of us that look different than you along. That's how we're gonna get out of here.
Are we gonna forget the fact that this actually helped us get out of the water room? Like,
Thank you,
we broke
Bronwyn.
through the like.
Look, I love utilitarian ethics as much as the next person, but
I
we
wasn't
can't
gonna drown.
murder
What
each
do I
other in the
care?
head.
Kinderbot doesn't give a fuck.
All right. Yeah, all right.
Like,
Kinderbot, you've
we're
broken,
good now. We need to figure out what to do next. How instead of
This
looking
is the
back.
old Kinderbot.
Kinderbot, you've broken free of your programming. You immediately delete geometry because you didn't need it after all.
No.
I use geometry.
Geometry's pretty important. You get rid of trigonometry because you're not.
Just like real life. That's what
And you can access a bit more of the programming that was blocked off before. You know where the bunker boss's office is. You know where the kitchen is. You never knew before. You know exactly how many stairs Slinky dropped at the top of the bunker can go down.
All right. Listen up, flesh bags. Now, who's back am I on? You guys, I'm going to let you all decide where you want to go. Now, we got the bunker boss. Now, I'm sure he's got all good stuff in there you can, use to cause mayhem, self-destruction, whatever. In his kitchen, because you got flesh bags to eat somehow. I know where to go. Where y'all want to go? I'll point you in the right direction.
How about the exit?
So how about you get the hell out of here?
Well, I can't because my legs are back there in a pool of water.
Yeah, but you can point just as good as the next fella.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
It's a sound response.
He points
I
to a
like
near.
this one better.
He flips you off, but happens to point with his middle finger at a nearby ornamental sword shop.
Arm up.
Oh hell yeah!
Swords?
Let's go.
Swords?
Swords.
Swords.
From the room, you can hear. From the room, you can hear. Ding, 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 ding.
Sounds like a duel.
Somebody's using a typewriter.
So left out.
Hunter Thompson in there is going fucking nuts. Ornamental storage shop stores burst open. There's a fuck ton of swords flashing about as they're connected to tentacle arms. They're whipping around and they're coming towards you.
Oh shit!
All right.
Oh boy, this is my
away.
favorite part.
You, who I'm tapping on his head, walk that way quickly, away from the metal bits attached to Eldritch Horrors.
Nice.
You hear that, everyone? The glorified baby monitor is a genius.
Oh shit!
Wow.
At this point, you're being snarky. Why? Oh, that's
Hey.
funny. Fuck this robot.
Okay.
Why not?
All right, one of you's getting attacked.
Oh, fuck.
Rachel.
Actually, sure, why not?
No.
One of the arms lashes forward, lunging towards Rachel. A probably not well made and definitely not full tank katana swipes out at you. RP value is maybe $50.
Made of dumbassness steel.
Yes. It's lashing towards you. What are you doing?
Oh man, Zach, I feel bad, but can I use my brink?
Yeah.
All right. At my worst.
Oh wait. Hold on. Roll dice first, because
Okay.
you don't
Okay.
need to burn things off if you roll once.
All right. I'm rolling 4.
Yep.
That is 1-1 and no 6s.
Oof. All right. You want to burn that?
Yeah, I'm gonna use this brink. At my worst, I am going to get a mutant character killed because of a traumatic trigger.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I'm
no.
in danger. I'm in danger.
Oh, fun.
I'm in danger.
So she sees these like tentacle things coming at her with the swords, and all like, the narrative pauses for a second, and we flash back to Rachel with a band of Cupco scouts that she was taking out on a routine drill.
Oh no!
And their whole like convoy is attacked by these marauding tentacle mutants that slash and rip apart her students one by one and eat them. And she sort of has to like survive by hiding under the crushed like remains of the jeep. And so, yeah, she just grabs the nearest mutant and throws it in front of the attacking tentacle beast.
All right. Who here is a mutant?
Wow.
I'll let you
I'm a
dice
mutant.
to figure out the randomness of that.
Yeah,
Wait, who's a mutant?
I'm a
I
mutant.
am. Yeah, me and Zephyr.
I'm gonna let Ariana choose odds or evens.
Evens. Let's go
All
with
right.
evens.
Evens. Ariana lives. Odds. Zephyrin lives. Ariana is grabbed and pushed in front of this
No.
lunging forward blade. It cuts deep into her chest, piercing her heart out through her back. Her eyes go dark, and she slumps onto the blade
Oh shit!
and putting out a candle. As a party member just died.
Oh shit!
Mm.
I, in response, knowing that could have just been me, pull out a single shot pistol. I
Oh,
think
geez.
those are a thing from Uh,
Yeah, just my
my-
hooker pistol.
Yeah, single shot pistol, and I aim at Rachel.
Oh Jesus!
All right.
I look at the carnage,
That's
look
what's
at Rachel, and go, "What are the benefits of being a flesh bag again?"
So how many dice is that?
I point at my legs.
Are you trying to shoot her, or are you trying to intimidate?
Hold on. I think I'm just trying to intimidate. I'm angry.
Okay. There is a monster nearby, so you point your gun at Rachel, and I mean you guys can RP this.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Rachel is sort of ignoring you. She like gets her rifle and aims it at the tentacle beast, and is like, "Yeah, let's cry about it." And she'll take a shot at the tentacle monster.
You're fucking terrifying, Rachel.
Zephyrin's gonna
You
shoot
know,
Rachel.
You're annoying
I'm gonna
flesh,
try to
flesh thing,
Maybe
but,
Rachel was the monster the whole time.
Yeah.
Real
So-
quick,
Shoot the leg.
real
This
quick,
is all-
He'll slow them down.
real quick.
Yeah,
the
so
arm
this-
lashes
this
forward,
thing is my
pierces Ariana's heart, yanks back, and pulls Ariana's corpse into it. It immediately starts to dissolve it, and you see features on this humanoid vaguely look like Ariana here and there. They return to their strange, otherworldly, inexplicable way, but every so often you see a flash of your mutant friend.
You see, she was in on it.
You mean for your mutant friend, and to her it's quote unquote friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Your mutant bait.
Yeah.
Zephyrin is going to back up a little bit and aim and pull the trigger
At the monster?
at Rachel.
Oh.
Oh, by the way, quick question: who am I writing?
Yes. That's a really good question.
Yes.
Cool phrase
Okay.
awfully, buddy.
Who picked up Kinderbot?
That's a good question. Who's carrying? I think Thomas might be carrying you.
I never said that, but I will.
Or was it Tungsten? Somebody was concerned about their
I
robot.
was carrying him, but if anybody else wants the responsibility, then more
I'm
than
just making sure it wasn't Ariana.
So when she died, I was like, I will find hope in the first death. That count?
You can tag that. Just save it for when you roll badly. That's the I don't want to be hurting these virtues for no reason. Natalie, Rachel, rather, could you use your brink rather back there?
I use my brink. The only thing I have left is my vice, which is neurotic and traumatized.
Okay. So you did use your hope dice for your hope virtue hope aspect.
Hope.
I will
Yeah,
find.
yeah, that was the moment where I smashed the glass with the robot.
Okay. Anyone who has
Robot.
expended their moment has one extra dice in the pool. So right now the pool is 3. If you've spent your moment, you have 1 hope dice.
Cute.
To add.
So I've got 4.
So you have 4 to work with. Yeah.
Okay.
And-
I'm rolling to not get shot, or I'm rolling to shoot the tentacle beast.
I'm gonna make you two face each other in a dice roll. So if Zephyrin rolls higher, rolls more 6s, then they hit you. If not, then they miss.
Okay.
So the two of you roll baseline 3, and then your hope dice if you've expended your hope.
Okay.
Got it. Got 1 6.
Got no 6s.
Okay.
No 1s, so that's a first.
You fire at Rachel and miss. But probably because she's not even focused on you. Her move is predictable as she's fighting a monster that she just sacrificed your friend to. You can make your attack on the monster now if you want to, Rachel.
can I still use my extra force dice?
Yes, that's permanent now. You have it.
Okay, cool. Perfect. That is a single 1 and no 6s.
Oof.
Yeah, big oof.
Do you want to get rid of that 1, or you want to just?
I can't laugh on the thing.
I will get rid of the 1, which burns my very last thing. But I guess, does that make it kick in? Like, she's traumatized, and this is a monster attacking her and her like adopted kid Olivia. So she's gonna go after this thing with all she's got.
Okay. In that case, we're gonna do some janky stuff, and I apologize. You don't even care that you just got shot at because you're only focused on protecting your fellow bunker scouts.
Yep.
You rush into this ornamental sword store and push this giant creature back with your mom strength. You lock the door behind you, locking yourself in the store with the creature, and putting out a candle as the rest of you just see a splat of blood on the window.
Oh no.
Well,
Wow.
That was stupid.
The water is still flooding in, and you hear ma, 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 ma as peepers start to crawl through. The situation wasn't so dire until that damn ornamental store opened up.
Olivia's like yelling "shut up" at the peepers because she's trying to get like a moment of silence.
I think maybe we should move on. I don't think the swords are worth it.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Where do you want to go? You're gonna get there. Spoilers. You're gonna get there right now.
I say either subway to try and get the fuck out, or I don't know.
Hey, everybody knows the bunker boss always has some sort of emergency escape system. Go to his place, get the hell out of here. I'll get some legs. You'll get the hell away from me. We'll all be happy.
Fine by me. To the boss's office?
To the boss's office.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Right. You start rushing to the boss's office, and we're gonna go into the next scene. You now have 2 dice to work with, and I have 8.
Oh Jesus.
Wow.
A little aside. Rachel, you're bleeding profusely. This tentacle creature approaches. Its face, or where its face should go, takes on a familiar shape of Ariana.
Oh no.
Her eyes flare black as she says, Ariana, the scene is yours.
Good drama.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I don't think he's here.
yeah, I think she thinks she got killed off.
Oh, bummer.
Oh God, did she leave?
Yeah.
Should we hang on?
Bring them back.
Come back.
come back.
Get your
Join
revenge.
I noticed that as soon as she got killed and then didn't say anything for a little bit and then just left everything, and I was like, oh, I think she thinks she got killed.
It's funny, actually. Kim Vale, I don't know if you all know who she is, but she's awesome. She was the first person that ran this system with us, and one of our people died and got forcefully brought back to life.
I don't know if you played The Witcher 3, but that happens in Witcher 3, and it's fucking hilarious and scary.
Oh.
Is that Casey's back? I think.
Yeah.
Is that Casey with the commie bubble?
Yes.
All right, Casey.
Hello.
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 Yes.
Hello.
You back?
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Casey, good news. You're a giant tentacle monster.
Oh, hey. That happened.
Time for revenge.
Everyone.
Because you got murdered, and I love a good revenge tale. You have Rachel in your grips. She's bleeding profusely in an ornamental sword store.
Oh no.
We've all been there.
Yep, 100%.
Only every weekend.
These events inspired by true life facts.
Ariana, your consciousness has expanded across every other living them in this facility. You can see every floor. You can see through the cameras. You can see your friends trying to escape. But most importantly, you can see Rachel terrified in front of you. What do you say to her?
Caught in a spider's web with nowhere to go, huh?
Jeez.
Do I get to be part of the scene?
Yeah, you can RP.
Yeah, she like coughs out blood, like as she's like struggling to lift the barrel of her shotgun. Says, "Took my kids. You ain't getting any more of them." And she'll go to try and shoot this tentacle beast.
All right. She's desperately trying to hurt you and shoot you. But how are you killing her?
Yeah, kill me.
I mean, I think it's just a pretty standard sword evisceration, and
oh no,
it's a
like
plus.
That's
yeah.
It's a
Yeah, I've got a bunch of shitty ornamental swords. I'm just gonna peel you apart.
Oh yeah.
Just carve Rachel into a meat sculpture of a cat.
Not again.
I promised cat, but there you go.
Unfortunately for you, Rachel, these swords are horribly made, and the cuts are so shitty as they're chopping into.
Oh yeah, no, it sucks. She's like impaled on like a lot of them, and definitely a few of them say like Boruto, and like
Yeah, I
Not
definitely
even
have a
Naruto.
couple like
Yeah, no, it's not even
blades
Naruto,
or whatever.
It's not even just Boruto. I love it.
Ariana, you kill Rachel, Leds, as the last of your humanity kind of leaves you. You get a rush of satisfaction from the violence, but you're still hungry. You can stick around if you want to. We're almost done. We only have 2 candles left.
That's okay. I've got to go get ready for bed anyways.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for killing our friend Rachel.
Great having you.
Good playing, man.
All right, the rest of you. Natalie, you can also stick around too.
I need to make sure that my baby Olivia got out.
They
rest
won't.
The rest of you get to the bunker boss's office. You still feel the sense of being watched, even though those silhouetted figures are no longer out and about. Door lies before you. What do you do? Oh, wait, hold on, I lied. There's something we have to do.
Oh, okay.
The truths.
Ah.
The sirens are growing louder. Zephyrin, give me a truth.
There's a red light blinking on the lock of the boss door.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Thomas, give me a truth.
Gosh. The walls are beginning to leak a mixture of water from before and a little bit of that pea gas.
God.
Yeah. This is what you did. You did this.
Olivia, give me a truth.
Oh shit. Come back to me.
Okay. Weevil, give me a truth.
The tentacle monsters have dropped swords and left to start going and doing things hand to hand.
Tentacle to hand?
They're coming.
Tentacle fist to hand.
They realize that these swords are so shitty.
They just left them all in rage.
They'll never live up to their ultimate sculpting prowess.
You pretty
So
much
just use Rachel as a pincushion and get rid of him.
Yeah.
You might as well be stabbing us with spoons. Really jagged spoons.
Billy the bartender, give me a truth.
Who what?
Because of all of the running and bullshit we've had to deal with, the sweet nectars have gotten super carbonated and can now function as grenades.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Sweet nectar grenades. Wow.
Bronlyn, give me a truth.
The boss is my dad.
Ooh.
Tungsten, give me a truth.
You got me stuck. Come back.
Alright, Kinderbob, give me a truth.
You're all expendable.
Oh! Wow. Fuck.
He said it was the truth.
Truth.
Olivia?
Now believe I
Something has entered the air vents.
Oh no.
Thanks.
And that goes back to Tungsten, I believe.
The ground is slowly feeling less dirty by the second.
Alright.
Solid.
I know you're dead, Rachel, but do you want to give a truth?
Yeah, I'd love to throw out a truth.
Bring back the neighbor.
Yeah, I'm alive. She springs to life now. If any of y'all make it out of this, it was because of Rachel's sacrifice.
Ooh.
Was it though?
I'm gonna call that debatable truth.
Yeah,
Rachel's
sacrifice of someone
any
else.
of y'all going after that tentacle beast, so
I was going to. I wanted to get into a sick knife fight.
I don't have any legs. I couldn't go if I wanted to.
Yeah, you're a backpack.
I'm a backpack, thanks.
Backpack.
Hey, you leave my backpack alone.
So those are the truth.
On the map.
See, he's useful and cheerful.
There's a soft as the red blinking light on the bunker boss's door blinks. There's a rattle in the air vents above you, followed by a help me.
No.
Billy,
Plan to go help them. We have enough problems on our own, I yell back.
Billy's
Fuck you.
Billy's pockets are shaking with carbonated excitement.
Olivia's gonna try to remove the lock panel to see if she can mess with the wires.
Alrighty, roll some dice. You have 2 dice. I have 8.
Oh boy, this is fun.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I got 2 5s.
I also didn't get any successes, but I rolled 4 1s, so I'm gonna let you narrate.
Wow, okay, cool. So Olivia, like some kind of genius, removes the lock panel with her bare hands, and just goes in and starts rerouting wires. And then you hear across the whole intercom, Olivia in her hacker voice going, "I'm in."
Yeah, why didn't you ask the daughter up here?
I could. Okay.
Yeah, that's
The light turns from red to green, and it says "Admin access. Come on in."
Hell yeah!
Hell
right.
yeah, dude. I'm in.
Sure.
The door opens to the bunker boss's office, and you're in. You can see there's teleprompters all over, kind of showing everywhere. The few rooms that have people left are quickly being punched apart by these bare knuckle boxing tentacle creatures. They said fuck swords.
They found themselves some boxing gloves.
They're
being torn apart.
Like hot pink.
You see on one of the screens there seems to be numbers fluctuating with money signs all over, and you're able to figure out that someone somewhere is betting on who is going to survive.
Oh my god!
Someone just made a bunch.
How much is bet on me?
Yep.
What are my statistics?
Who's got
all my statistics?
Hold on. Wait 1 second.
Okay.
Fucking.
Someone named Queen Bitch has bet 300,000 caps that Tungsten will survive.
Go.
Tungsten? The flesh
Tungsten.
meat bot there over there? Over me?
The one I immediately stopped carrying the backpack.
Nice.
Oh, you're
That's
carrying
not the
me?
highest bet, though. The highest bet is on Billy the bartender surviving.
Ooh.
Oh,
How much? How many caps?
It's Benedictus.
2 billion caps. That.
does it say who bet on me?
L. Yeah. It was a collective bet by a bunch of sweet nectar, by nectarines. Actually.
2 billion nectar.
Rep the merch.
How much on Tom the swindling coward?
There's a modest 3,000 caps on you.
Hell yeah.
Who is spamming the chat furious that Ariana and Rachel are both dead?
Rachel actually is.
Whoa!
Inception.
What does it mean?
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Rachel didn't have a chip on her head.
Oh.
That's it. You gotta play the Inception noise.
Ariana is typing furiously that this is hacks. This is hacks. There's no such thing as girl gamers. This is fake. Everything, they're being downvoted furiously.
Like and subscribe.
What are the votes on Zephyrin?
Most people actually bet that you'd be dead already. So there's one,
Fuck you all!
You're the
There's one
upset.
person-
It's a good thing. That's on you play out higher.
there's one person that is saying that you're going to make it out alive, and then there's one
Correct.
person. There's one person that keeps commenting, "Please don't kill my daughter. Please don't kill my daughter." Bronwyn, you recognize your dad's username, Pillow Daddy.
Pillow doggy or kill a doggy?
Pillow Daddy 420 is saying, "Please don't kill my daughter."
Hello, Daddy.
Yikes.
All right. Digging back into my extensive knowledge of 20th century film etiquette, or film stuff, whatever works. Are we in the Running Man here?
Have I seen Running Man? I don't know things. Is that the one where Wesley Snipes? No, that's Demolition.
No, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger and Richard Dawson there. They get the American Gladiator guys with like blowtorches and chainsaws and stuff.
Zach,
You know
do
what?
yourself-
Yes. Fact. That's what's storming down the hall right
Oh
now.
no.
Good. Well,
overly
chainsaws and flamethrowers. I'm okay. How about you guys?
Two overly buffed chainsaw flamethrower wielding American gladiators are marching down the hallway. This is for fall.
Oh no.
As they barge in. They bar the door behind them. And they point their weapons at each of you. This is as far as you'll go. Surrender and you can join us.
Oof.
What are we joining?
Yeah, let's set up a firing position.
The collective.
Join who?
Do I get
You're
legs
joining
out of
me.
this?
You're joining what everyone else on this planet should fear.
I'm in.
Their one of their faces kind of quickly takes on Ariana's shape.
Oh
and then
no.
quickly takes on Rachel's shape.
Oh god. Rip.
Wait, so not the guys in the glass watching us?
Not like they're made more to Kinderbot's preferences.
Bro, I'm gonna like look on the control
I think
panel.
that there's some things that should be used. And I look at person with carbonated nectars. Forgot your name.
It's Billy.
Billy the bartender.
Billy. Billy, I think this is an instance.
While this is happening, I'm scanning the room trying to find my dad's safe. It's like,
Nice.
which thing is it behind?
How many more bullets you got left?
Bronlin, why don't you give your roll as you spot a out-of-place painting of you and your family.
Can you say the beginning of that again? It cut out.
Roll me some dice as you spot a painting that looks kind of out of place. It's you and your family, but like the positioning of it looks like it's wonky.
It's 2 dice, right?
Yep.
I got 1 1 and 1 6.
All right. Do you want to get rid of that one with anything?
Yeah, I'll get rid of my perseverance now. But so I'm what? Sorry.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say the scene's yours.
Cool. As like I'm gonna kind of like make sure I'm like in the back of this group so that way I can kind of sneak myself over slowly to this painting and inch it out of the way. At which point there's a big safe behind it. I put in the code, which I know is my dad's mistress's birthday because he's a dick. And I find a small, like, almost like a fucking, sorry, my mom's yelling. Almost a small, pager in it, at which point I'm going to type in a code that will open a door in the back of the room.
Ooh.
Which will lead to just another exit.
The door's inside the safe, or it's in a different section of the room?
It's in a different section of the room.
Okay. You punch in this code as this tense interaction is happening, and you see a door open. It's very well lit in there. There seems to be a board with lots of buttons and a single seat. You see it. The rest of you are talking to... Oh, I couldn't hear you, Dean. I don't know if you were talking to us.
Nah, I got my friend here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you've seen me like talking off screen, I'm not just yelling things to my room.
Go ahead.
These people have in terms of weapon.
One has a flamethrower, and I think you said a chainsaw?
Yep, chainsaw.
Yeah, perfect. All right, yeah. Flamethrower.
Well, I'm going to try and stealthily, I guess, unpin, but with a soda can, my grenades.
Alrighty, roll me some.
Shake him up real hard.
Roll me some dice.
All right.
I have 3 successes.
Oh no!
I can't even beat that, can I?
Have hope.
A 6 and a 3.
Oof. Right. You're able to explode your grenade. Or your Nuka, your Nuka, what are these?
Nuka sweet nectar.
Super sweet explosions that you have going on in your pockets. I'm putting out a candle as Billy explodes, taking out these 2 assailants.
Oh no!
Quick question. Who's carrying me again?
Tungsten.
Tungsten, do you have a chip?
No.
Oh, okay, damn it.
Billy charges forward and blows himself up, taking out these 2 beefcakes with him.
Hey!
Wow.
An honorable death.
Thousands of voices cried out in disappointment. And we're suddenly silent.
No, that was a sacrifice that helped.
Yes.
The rest of you notice that Bronlin was able to get another door open. It's a small little crawl space looking door. What are you doing?
I'm going. I'm following.
I'm immediately going in there.
How many of us are left?
Tiny, so
So, question about the what's the last one there? I'm at my worst at. How do you do that? You just do it, or do you get anything for
Your
it?
break.
Yeah.
You would use it when you roll. I don't necessarily mind how we've been bending the rules a little bit, just because I like when you folks kind of take the reins to do something narrative. So if you want to do something with it, you're more than welcome to.
Oh yeah, I do. I do want to do something with it. I burnt my. I did my motive for my. I have hope for my programming. So I got a +1 on my die. I want to do my last thing. At my worst, I am homicidal.
Oh shit!
And I want to snap Tungsten's neck from the back. And then crawl towards the door with the
Yeah, I dropped his backpack like a hot sack of potato.
Wait, why? No, fine.
Escape.
like Kinderbot just has some spider appendages, just latches on. That's
He's a face hugger
what
from
I
Aliens?
imagined. Reverse face hugger.
Oh shit!
Kinderbot, you have 2 dice to work with. Tungsten, I believe you have 1.
Wow.
No.
It's a back hugger. That's what it
I
is.
got 5 and a 2.
You got a 2? Alright, you feel a sharp pain in the back of your neck
Oh no!
as you're being stabbed for some reason. As the 2 of you are stuck here and you're getting stabbed in the back of your neck, the rest of you that are leaving make it into the room that Bronwyn was in. I'm assuming you're all going that direction.
Yeah.
No one's gonna help.
I'm not
It's
staying
just gonna-
here.
The door shuts behind you as Kinderbot and Tungsten are the last ones in this room.
Oh fuck!
That pager that you found, Bronwyn, buzzes in your pocket.
Dragging this robot behind
Oh.
me.
I'm gonna take it out and look at it and see if there's anything on the screen.
It says, pull the eject button after you buckle up.
I definitely start looking for the eject button, but I also want to see what other buttons there are around.
Okay, you find a whole bunch of buttons. You find a system purge, you find a system disco, you find
System disco.
you find lemon scent.
Nice.
Purple.
And then you find
Alexa, play Bunker Party Mix.
you find a bunch of like light controls. Essentially, is what it looks like.
And there's
How
only
many?
one seat here.
Yeah.
Only one seat.
So this is the way out. The seat.
I'm sorry.
What if
So the seat is like almost. We're on the way out.
Well, there's a seat, a really ornate seat in front of a control panel that Bronwyn is standing behind, or standing in front of, rather.
All right.
how big is the seat?
I don't know. It's a decent sized seat. It's not a love seat. It's like a like seat.
So okay, quick question. Who was the one that opened who did the computer hacking before? Was that Olivia?
Yep.
All right. Tom votes Olivia to go sit in the chair.
Ooh, I like this idea.
How many people can we fit in the chair? Is the real question.
Olivia's got a very bony lap, so but yes, you could sit on her lap.
Yeah.
Olivia feels
Zephyrin
safe
is
for the person who knows.
What if the
Zephyrin is
daughter?
4'11", itty bitty tiny child.
Wouldn't the daughter have gotten to the seat before anybody else even noticed, due to the guys with the flamethrower and chainsaws in front of them?
I don't know, Bronwyn.
Did you sit down, Bronwyn, or did you just kind of like go in and start looking around?
I sat down, but I didn't buckle myself in.
Okay. Bronwyn's sitting there, almost full Picard, but not quite.
Olivia, she tucks her hair behind her ears. She gets her flirtiest on. She has like a mullet, by the way. It's kind of a weird look.
You bring that up now?
That's her brink.
At her worst, she's Joe Dirt.
At my worst, I have a mullet.
And she slides in next to her and says, "Please, may I sit on your lap? I know it's an important chair."
Oh, fuck.
Oh god.
And what's the response?
I literally I ignore the comment, but I say there has to be some way more people can get out of here.
She's kind of rocking the bullet, actually. Like, on her, it's kind of a good.
Bronwyn is like too awkward to comment on it, loves it, but just too uncomfortable. I'm just like, anyway, so other people should be able to get out of here too, right?
Yeah.
You know how like computers and stuff work. You managed to get in here. Do you think this can be hooked up to anything else? Like,
we need where's the create share button?
What?
A button that creates chairs.
Oh, yes.
Time to look.
Immediately hits the party button. the disco button. We have some fun in here.
All right. You press the disco button. Roll me a dice.
All right. Press B to disco.
I got a 3.
All right. So no ones. That's good. You don't automatically lose because you have 1 dice left. However, you press the disco button, and little slots kind of pop open on the control panel. A disco ball flops down and starts rotating. Tiny little black moving who knows what start gushing out of the control panel and finding their way over to each of you. Except for you, Bronwyn. They seem to be ignoring you.
Oh.
They latch onto people's legs and pull them shoulders width apart. One latches onto Weevil's hand and makes him point at a 60-degree angle in a very disco-like fashion.
Oh, no.
Olivia's mullet gets teased a bit to be a bigger mullet.
Nice.
And they're all dancing. You're sitting in the chair. They seem to be defenselessly dancing.
Oh no, Olivia's kind of loving it though.
Ha 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 ha, staying alive.
Staying alive. I'm buckling up and hitting the eject button.
You.
Yeah. Okay. So this would actually trigger my brink.
Perfect. One second. 1 second. I will be right back, and then we can do your brinks before we blow out this last can.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, Tungsten. I had to do it.
I had to take the opportunity.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. That was the best way for it to happen.
I'm like,
That was hilarious.
Just randomly fucking murder.
It's like,
use your body as cover as I crawl like turtle style towards the chair.
I'm sorry in advance.
Oh no.
It's gonna be good.
Y'all better start triggering my shit too. I got some
Oh no, everyone's about to start triggering stuff
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
Oh yeah.
triggered.
Hey everyone. I don't know if my shit's gonna get triggered, so I'm just gonna tell you right now that my moment is I will find hope in my own sweet stunts.
That could come in handy, you don't know.
Hey, you
I
can
don't
make it
know,
work.
Olivia.
Not at this point. Not at this point.
We need to use those stunts to get out of here.
I'm trapped in the groove. I can't go anywhere.
Are you saying that disco is not stunt?
Bro, listen. Disco's
Yeah.
a lot of things. Disco's a lot of great things. I've never seen any good stunts come out of disco.
Oh, come on.
Not yet. Not
Little
yet.
did you know, is that
Come on.
the worst?
I've never seen anyone in disco do a standing backflip.
Murder the mullet roll
Mine
for
is
the love
definitely
of
not
all the
food
gods.
story.
Jesus Almighty.
Did you not watch the Goofy movie? Pretty sure he did a backflip during the disco scene.
Wasn't
Oh
he?
yeah, but he's allowed to.
It turns out the only thing that was worse than death was disco.
Hey, you guys are lucky you avoided it. I grew up with it.
It will, at this point, not be triggered because my brink was triggered. But my moment was, I will find hope in others if I believe that others are depending on me.
Aww.
No.
Well, I got diabetes.
You were almost dead earlier.
I'll be honest. My hope and my brink are both you.
Oh, both of mine could trigger at any second. Just depending on what y'all do, these could go.
All right. Who wants to do a thing before this last candle goes out?
I would like to do a sweet stunt, please.
Hell yeah.
We just
Yes.
I would like to do an excellent disco move that involves me grasping onto the buckles and trying to hang on. And doing a flip at some point.
All right. Roll me 1 dice for it. Actually, you already spent your help. Roll me 2 dice. Ooh.
It's 2 4s. That's nothing.
Okay. You grab onto the seat as best you can. Zephyrin, what are you doing?
So my knife is long.
Oh
I'm
shit!
just saying that.
Oh no!
My brink is triggered.
All right.
Which it is at my worst. If I am betrayed, I am cruel and selfish at whatever cost.
Oh no!
I'm going to kind of guess that Olivia and Bronwyn are in a position where I could stab both of them.
Oh fuck!
I stabbed her both. Okay.
And then I'm gonna do it.
After you saw my sweet stunts?
Now, just time-wise, this is all happening as Bronwyn is sitting in the seat and about to pull the eject. So, like, this is all happening in, like, a flurry. Weevil, what are you doing?
Time.
That is a 6, by the way.
Oh
Yes.
shit!
Okay. Weevil, what are you doing?
Oh, what?
What are you doing? Do you want to expend your or anything?
Well, my brink is at my worst. I am thieving.
Take everything from their wallets as they're leaving.
I don't know if stealing a chair makes sense.
Hell yeah!
I will stab you.
But is there valuables?
At least
I mean, there's nanobots. Those are pretty valuable.
You find them.
There's other like.
What's the disco ball made out of?
What's that?
What's the disco ball made out of?
Diamonds. It is made out of diamonds.
Ooh.
All right. You grab hold of that disco ball. Got something worth a lot of money, which is what you're all about, I guess.
Does that mean 2 dice?
Yeah. You can,
I got nothing.
all right.
Oh no!
I'm putting out the last candle.
Oh wait! Can I
I'm
wait?
killing you
What's
both.
wait?
Thomas, I'm sorry.
Yes, I said wait.
I'm lighting the candle again.
I said wait.
Sorry, I can't see your face, so it's like you're not
So
there.
I feel like I'm not here because I'm dead inside. Anyway.
You got
All right.
piling onto a chair, one person grabbing at a diamond, like how
All right.
Ruby got that ruby.
Has Zephyr officially stabbed them yet, or no?
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, that blade's going in.
Okay.
In the process.
Okay. I am going to use my brink, which is when at my worst, I am sacrificing others.
Well,
Okay.
All right. I'm trying to think of who I sacrifice here. Who?
All of them.
Why?
Yes.
Well, I'm
Well,
currently
well, I
stabbing.
mean, you just stabbed them, so I'm going to sacrifice you.
Okay.
Or
Alright.
try.
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna try. How many dice do I have?
You have 2 if you spent your hope.
2. I have not spent my hope yet, so I have 1, right?
You have 1. Make it a 6.
Fuck. All right.
You won't.
Oh my god! I'll straight up send you a picture. Holy fucking hell!
Wonderful.
Oh my god! I'll fucking take a picture right now.
I trust you.
I'm excited.
I'll send
I
it
just wanna
anyway. Wait. Oh god. I'm using Google Dice Roller. 1 second. All right. Where's fucking Discord on my phone? I'm gonna fucking cry. All right.
So the narration is yours.
1 second.
I'm going to paint a quick explanation of the scene.
It's sending.
Just before I put out this candle. Bronwyn pulls the eject button, and the walls collapse, and immediately there is a vacuum pulling everything outward. Weevil leaps up and grabs onto the disco ball made out of diamond. If I'm going to die, I'm at least going to die rich. They grab hold and are ripped out into a vacuum. What should be just the world on the outside of this bunker just seems to be empty space. Zephyrn's blade pierces the back of the directly into Bronwyn's spine. She's not dead, but she's not even able to scream as she goes limp in the seat. The chair ejects upward. And wait, Olivia, you were hopping on the chair too?
Oh, yes, I was grabbing on.
Olivia grabs on, barely misses being stabbed by Zephyrn's stomach.
Oh, no.
Thomas, what were you doing to Zephyrn?
Well, it just said sacrifice, so I'm just gonna grab her by the scruff of her neck and rip her off.
Okay. You grab her and push her off to give yourself some leverage to get onto the seat. It ejects upward, smashes through the ceiling. You hear a snap as Bronwyn's body goes limp in the chair.
Oh no!
Oh god!
You feel a sharp pain in your shoulder as it snaps. Olivia, you see stars as you kind of black out and your nose starts to gush blood. You're ejected upward, and you see the planet very rapidly getting smaller below you.
Jesus.
Oh, fuck.
A countdown pops up. You have 5 minutes worth of oxygen left.
Oh, no.
Oh my god.
But a prompt on the screen appears. As promised, we will not kill your daughter. But she must become one of our toys. One of the Pentium 4 processor chips from earlier gets lowered down right into that control panel. If you plug that into you, you'll survive as one of their toys. There is only one, and there's only 5 minutes left of oxygen.
Is that 5 minutes for 3 people or 5 minutes for 1?
5 minutes for 2. That's actually 5 minutes for 1 person is what it's supposed to be. So maybe 2.5 between 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Olivia and Thomas.
Yes.
You can fight over that chip if you want to become one of their toys, or you can watch your planet as it gets smaller and smaller and your oxygen levels deplete.
Ooh.
Olivia, way too much of a rebel. Anyone's toy, unless it's in a fun, sexy way. So she's just gonna sit back and watch the planet.
All right. Bronwyn, how are you feeling about this?
Bronwyn.
I'm like dead, right?
Oh, I know. Who was it? Who was the other one then?
Well, I was in there, but I went limp.
I forgot.
I can't function.
Who was the other person in the air thing with me? It was Olivia and who
You
else?
and Olivia are the only ones that are alive.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
I'm here. I'm dead.
I thought that was the third person. Okay. I had a moment. Okay. Well, I mean, if she's accepting death, hey, I'll be a fucking toy.
Take it.
Technically, this is eternal life in a way. And Tom just wanted to survive the whole time. He's a fucking wuss. So
Did
he's
you
gonna.
see the neighbor?
Yeah.
The neighbor seemed like one hell of a guy.
I'm judging you so hard.
Actually, you know what? Now you guys are fucking with me. I'm trying to think about this now.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Olivia just like sits there, lights a cigarette. It's like, go ahead and do it, punk.
You're fucking with Tom's head now. Tom's scared. Tom's always scared.
Tom presses this this metal chip into his neck, feeling his body kind of no longer have sensation.
Ooh.
As Olivia accepts her fate and watches, he sees her eyes gloss over and then freeze over as the cockpit that you guys are in gets very cold. Your planet is shrinking, and for the first time, the following statement is true. You no longer hear the sirens.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
Nice.
Is
damn.
the whole area we're in open to vacuum now, or just the?
I'm just in space, I think.
What Thomas the Toy can deduce is that that bunker must have been in space the whole time, because the moment that eject button was pulled, everything just got yanked out.
Space bunker.
All right.
Well, hey, I don't breathe. I'm good. Just call me.
Now I'm just like.
Satellite.
I'm reminded of that one personality core from Portal, the second game. Just
Going to space! Going to space! Going to space!
Well, that's what I got. Thank you so much for playing. That was my first 10 candles system thing.
That's pretty dope.
Cool, sure.
We gonna do the final thoughts thing?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes. Final thoughts. I'm gonna read the letters home that you all sent.
Ooh.
Letters.
Okay.
Ooh. I didn't know that was the thing, so I never did one.
I did mine last minute.
I'm going to assume that Tungsten had sent a text to his brother Cobalt at 4:20 Blaze It at 4:18 p.m. Nice.
Gang.
Cobalt responded, "Who the fuck is this?"
see, huge question. Is it Cobalt, the robot?
Oh no, sorry. It's Cobalt, like the color, right?
The metal. No, it's cobalt like the metal.
I only know that it's a color because of Halo.
Oh yeah.
It's used to make the color blue in paint.
There you go.
Yes.
Cobalt is a look that is not your dad. The last message sent out from Kinderbot 2000, 404, not found. Last message sent by Billy the bartender. Weekly sales. 3 cases containing 12 cans of sweet nectar, each 36 cans. 2 cases containing 12 cans of Gamma Glow each. 1 case containing 12 cans of... There's a lot of information here. Rob takes his responsibilities very seriously.
I do.
There's the amount of sweet nectar sold, which is a lot. And there's the request for next week, which will never come.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep.
Bronlin's last letter. At this point, I think I've lost track of everything. The days are blending together, but I don't think I mind. I'm just trying to get through it. Maybe something good will come out of all this. If anything good can come out of this, that is. It's really easy to focus on the bad, especially when you're stuck in confined space like this. Wow, you're literally in a confined spaceship forever.
More accurate than intended.
This was
like a diary entry.
Hold on, there's more. This is awesome. So instead I've decided to try to be creative, though I fear it's just pretentious. Like, that's new for me, right? I don't know why I bother trying to explain myself at this point. I doubt anyone will wind up reading this anyway. Oh. So I guess it's safe to write this for you. Have a poem to sum up how I'm feeling. I thought I'd write you a poem to explain what it is I can't put into words. Convalescing through art and timber. I cannot control correctly, consistently. But as the more the words withered, with each erased stroke, I realized there's no way to take the vehement empathy out of my voice. the impetuous discretion out of my actions, or the foolhardy temerity out of my thoughts. Moreover, when it comes to a compatriot in state of mind, distance, age, and thought process differ, but tethered are the souls that bind each other together, be it friends or lovers or enemies or nil. In due times, it seems it could be one or all or neither, or more yet to be deciphered. Providence be damned, or merely the outcome. There's no definitive to divulge. Drawn down dreams delayed, divine distractions, and I sit with conjecture for the ages. With the expanse on the horizon, it seems, wow.
Sorry.
No, that's all. No, I was saying wow just because more space related. And, yeah. A predilection formed far too late in this
Senescence.
senescence. Sorry, I don't know words.
It's okay.
To tilt through the total cataclysm that was once supposed to be terminal edification is now societal irradiation. And I, for one, am not to argue with circumstance. For what it's worth, and I'm afraid it's likely none, privileged be them acquainted with you, and scorned are the emulators, whether inspect or remarked on your own. For each is not the best judge of one's own character, and those held close be one less. So instead I leave this, as it were, a cacophony of thoughts unmanaged, and leave you the imperious tasks of finding meaning, when the only thing that matters to the writer is what the reader take of it. That's
Damn.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
I like to think that you wrote that long ass thing and I didn't write one, so Tom just sent a letter home like, I'm gonna rip these fuckers off. I'm gonna take all their money and I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
Luca, is what you sent me the audio broadcast thing your letter or your
That's my letter, yes.
beginning of audio broadcast? Good morning, listeners. It's a great time to be alive. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh god.
It's 6 in the morning, and the weather forecast for the day is sunny with a chance of asteroid. Okay. Sorry for the disturbance, listeners. It seems that a cleaning bot knocked over one of my portable. Anyhow, I'm coming to you live. From this totally normal bunker.
Oh my god.
And I'll be broadcasting my thoughts on end of audio broadcast.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That was a rough
That was
one.
amazing.
I was just here to write a Yelp review. That was my reason for being here.
That's awesome. All right. A letter to Oscar. My dear brother Oscar, it has been a week since I returned from my exchange program with the distinguished scientists of Brentwood Circle, and I have been so honored to have studied under their impressive tutelage. Okay, Mom stopped looking over my shoulder. Holy bonk, can you imagine if I wrote... Anyway, Mom's making me write a letter to you, and it has to be a 200 words. The baby's doing good, she speaks words, knows how to lie, and loves fake sneezing into my face because that's peak baby comedy. The exchange was pretty rad, but after a week I learned everything there is to know about telescopes, so I bounced. Not much is happening up in space these days.
Oh no. Oh my god.
Except for some wax signals coming off the moon for some reason. Oy, oy, oy. I got in transport to Hidden Shoals and spent the rest of the semester co-opting their wardrobe and uniform department. Me and the scientists there developed a method of synthesizing leather from mushrooms, and oh bonk, Oscar, this technology is going to revolutionize bunker fashion. Forgot to teach myself how to use a sewing machine. Anyway, I don't know why you bothered getting yourself killed on topside when you could model these rad jackets and hidden. Holy shit. Oscar's died and undied, but poor Olivia. Legit though, stay safe out there. Not a lot of scouts are making it back these days.
Oh no!
And it would be really whack if you couldn't make it home and check out the weed farm I'm growing on level 6. Keep it jazzy, you total square. Olivia P. Chansey.
So good.
Olivia was sent to this bunker because she was briefly exiled for growing a weed farm.
There's no reason to be exiled.
Rachel. Spring, day 114, outside Cupbridge Bunker 42. Dear Kate, it's been a while since I heard from you. I suppose spring exams have you pretty busy helping the newest class of scouts. I have to tell you, my bunch have turned out to be quite the handful, and they're a really good group of scouts. Jenny is such a promising young leader, and Corey has gotten so big and strong. He's taller than both of us now. Micah is really picking up the rifle, and Lizzie is the most observant soldier I've ever seen. I can tell they all miss home terribly, but everyone is putting on a brave face. We would be so proud. Love, Rachel.
Oh boy! And then you see what she becomes.
She was a layered character, you fucks.
I
I wish I rolled a 6 when I tried to shoot you.
Wow.
I can't wait for the movie adaptation when they have Sir Daniel Day-Lewis play you.
Chris, did you send me a letter?
No, I forgot to.
All right. Do you have any final thoughts, as Weevil? Other than you got that diamond.
Yeah, I got that diamond. That's good. It's good enough.
All right.
Fuck.
Wonderful.
Well, in that case, thank you all so much for playing. This was a blast.
Thank you.
No,
It's wonderful.
no, thank you very much, Zach. And hey, it was very nice meeting all of you. Had a great time.
Likewise.
Hell yeah. Thank you for playing all. I'll probably do another game. I'm going to see if any other people want to hop in so they can also experience it. But obviously, you're all welcome to come back. And apparently, we can run it with 10 people. So I'll do that next time.
Let me know. I'll set up the recording system, but I'll stay outside the game so I can record it for y'all and let some other people play.
Oh, it's real nice of you. Thank you, man.
And I should have this up tomorrow. Should I put it in the bite-sized pieces or leave the whole thing at 2 hours and 44 minutes?
That's actually shorter than most like Critical Role games, honestly.
All right, I'll just keep it one thing then.
Yeah, that's work for you anyway. So
yeah.
Anyone?
This is the character I wanted to put together to play at Blessing. Should I ever get want to take a vacation from Torque? I'm so glad I got to play him.
So I'm glad you got to play him too.
Oh, Tungsten's becoming a real character, if that's possible.
Yeah,
incredible.
So as sad as this was, none of it was real. This isn't how your characters actually died. So Billy the bartender is still alive.
However, I definitely want to commission someone. I definitely want to commission someone, whoever wants to do it, to make me some art of Billy dual wielding sweet nectar grenades.
Oh God, what a look.
I gotta bounce, folks.
I will
So
pay
good night, y'all.
Good night, man. Nice meeting you.
Commissions are open.
Good night, everyone.
I will hit you up.
Yo, side note, fucking
I've got
security
funky.
camera number 43 here.
Yes. I loved that.
Love the commentary in there.
Yeah, that was
What
a
were your
lot.
highlights?
Guys, my parents had to come and told me to shut up. I kept laughing so goddamn hard.
I mean, I don't know if y'all heard, but my mom literally came in and screamed at me to shut up at one
No,
point.
I know this whole time I was completely ignorant of the security cam that you were typing the whole time. So now I get to go back and see the decline into madness. Like when you played all caps in the one fucking sacrificing the murderer. I'm glad I was able to entertain you with my sacrificial lamb.
I was in and out of the chat.
I missed the first maybe like 30 minutes.
Oh God, dude! I
got no introduction. It
I
was
wanna-
just right into it, and oh man,
I want to point out that I only had to roll one time the entire game. It was the very end, and I got a fucking.
I noticed,
and I lost my shit. Dude,
it's perfect.
I would
Yeah.
lost my fucking mind.
It was
really good.
unfortunate on my end. That was my first 6 of the game.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure I only rolled twice, and it was one other time to save you, but then the other two
Yeah.
are just hey, let's get out of here and not tell anyone.
I loved in the chat, yo, kill the bartender, Jack. Oh no.
I was having a great
Bye.
Who's all here?
Bye.
Everyone.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Oh, there's so many.
There was more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was more.
There's 3 rows of 4.
Oh, wow.
Oh, fuck, dude. That was good.
man, just
That was a good ass. That was a good
listening
ass
to the
time.
madness.
I'm so happy I got to play Zephyrin, honestly. Like, I created her yesterday for a completely different thing. I joined an online RP server, and they were young child people, and were like, power play. And I'm like, fuck you. And now, like, this was great.
Yeah, I haven't done this in a while. I mean, I do a once a week D&D thing with my buddies, but it's not like this. This is very different, and I liked it a lot.
This reminds me of this like 5-minute RP session where you just put everyone in a room together that is a bunker that's running out of oxygen, and every minute they have to choose somebody to leave or they all start choking.
Oh, nice.
So like, they just put like a gun, some sleeping pills, and like arsenic on the table, and they just fight for 5 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, I might run some Monster Heart games on some time.
I'm always in. I got plenty of free time.
Yeah, man, we're all stuck at home. I'm down to do anything. You guys just let me.
I feel like this game had a lot of similarities to Fiasco, if any of you have ever played that.
Yes.
Never.
No, I haven't.
It's a game where you literally try collectively to tell the most tragic and upsetting and worst story possible based on like connections you establish between the different characters. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I know about a card game like that called Grim.
Yeah,
I know that game.
Yeah, it's real fun. The cards smell weird though.
That's an interesting criticism of a board game.
That's a comment.
No, it's a card game.
Either way,
The cards are made out of plastic.
Yeah.
It's
I was gonna say I every once in a while I'll get my kind of crew here way back at home to play a game called Dread.
Yes.
Where all of your decisions and everything that happens is based upon a Jenga tower.
Oh boy.
Yeah, if the Jenga tower falls, your character dies.
Oh no.
Love that.
So like it's just I am the DM. I'm telling the story. Oh, you want to do that? That's going to cost you 2 blocks.
Oh god.
And it just devolves into the point where you're just looking at the tower and you're like, I don't want to. I really don't want to.
And after it falls, when it gets rebuilt, some of the blocks are already moved.
Yep.
And it's not like you're starting fresh again.
Oh no, even when you start the game, I think you start the game with 5 blocks moved.
Yeah. It is an evil
Like-
game. Especially when you're drinking.
I was gonna say, when my buddies here at home love to play Dread, but since there's only like 4 of us, plus me as the DM, when someone dies, everyone takes a shot, shot for the dead.
Yeah.
Pouring out for the homies, but in your mouth. And it's just bad shit, because by the time it's like, alright, there's only 2 of you left. Good luck.
Yeah. I've started I ran a Monster Hearts game for one of my friends. No, not one of my friends, multiple of my friends. And it's a trip. Like you could go on Critical Role and see how they play it, and then there's the way that I run it, and it's completely different. I run a borderline horror version. Like, I stuck my players in a Fey pocket dimension hellscape for fun.
Oh my god.
For a good time.
Yeah.
one thing I want to do is I have a bunch of old RPGs from when I was growing up. And we're talking, I still have like the original D&D stuff. I want to do an Paranoia the role playing game. There.
I just bought the Paranoia book literally today.
Which version?
Second version. Can't find the first one.
Okay, yeah.
Can't find the first one fucking anywhere, but I managed to actually find the second one. I just purchased it today. It should come in on Saturday. I'm really happy.
Yes, I would love to. I used to run that all the time. I love running a Paranoia game. It evolves. Then nobody's ever completed a mission. It always evolves into complete and utter self-destruction of the team. It's wonderful.
I've completed one mission. I have played over 20 times. Just put that in perspective for everyone.
Perfect.
All right then. Well, I will get to work on this tomorrow and hopefully have it up by tomorrow night. If y'all don't mind, I'll just take this last part where we're all talking around and make it like a post-game session video. Just for
sounds good to me.
Oh yeah.
And
love it.
This was fun. I loved it.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, same.
I want to do this again. Have a good
Hell
night.
yeah. Have a good night.
Bye.
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 Oh my god.